Bam, we're live. Just like that. Hair down, hair wet. I'm going to I'm going to start the show. Hey everyone, good morning. David, what's up, dude? Augustus, hey, Mike, Christine, Iota, hey, good morning, guys. What's today? Sunday? Saturday, Sunday, November 26th, Sunday. Can you guys hear me okay? Do I dare start the show with a phone call? I know you guys are like, where's Jedidiah? Where is he? He's near. Trust me. He is near. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can start the show with a phone call. A Sevan Podcast first to start the show with a phone call. Audio is good. Always just a little nice from Mike McCaskey. A little confirmation. Don't worry. Jedidiah will fix that when he calls from his tin can. Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. He will make sure to challenge you all. Just me and Jedidiah this morning. Talking about guys who work out with missing parts. Let me see. Tell me if you can hear this call. Let me know. Oh, it's not a good sign. We're not off to a good start. We're not off to a good start. It should be ringing. It's not. Shit.
Please leave your message for 7.
Damn. All right. Fine. I tried. Let me try one more time. God, you guys are patient. Good job. Turn Bluetooth off. Turn Bluetooth on. Connect the Roadcaster. Go back to the phone. Okay, here we go. One more try. Oh, I hear it. You hear it? Jedidiah, you hear it? Oh, yeah. Look at that. I see Jedidiah like I normally see Caleb. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's working. I see you, Kenneth. I see you.
Please leave your message for.
Hi.
Morning.
I appreciate your patience.
Yeah, no worries.
A friend of mine is on a long drive from Naples to Nashville this morning. And so I know, when someone's in the car, they'll talk to anyone.
Yeah.
So I thought for sure she would answer.
She must have the music cranked up and can't hear the phone.
No, she's having fucking phone sex with Matt Torres right now. She ain't answering from me. She don't want me asking her about her nipple piercings.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Not a whole lot. Just trying to get things ready I hit the road here Tuesday morning. So.
Hey, your audio is actually better today.
Yeah. Well, I figured that out last time. I got this headset. So.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Sounds great.
Yeah. You were in the tin can last time.
How dare I? Oh, what's the deal? What's Tuesday? WOD starting. Oh, wait, before we go there, what happened in Spain? You went to Spain for a month, and I thought maybe you were going to stay there.
So we were there for 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I did compete in Barcelona while I was there, but more the plan was we rented an apartment in a part of the city that was more residential. We just wanted to test it out because we are, after doing that, we are going to move there.
You are doing that.
Yeah. It's still going to be a little bit, probably 3.5 years. My daughter really wants to finish out high school. She has a close group of tight friends that she wants to go through that experience with. And we have a pretty good school system here in Idaho overall. So
where in Idaho are you?
Meridian, which is basically Boise.
Damn, dude, you're in Idaho. That's awesome.
Yeah. You need to tell all your friends to quit coming here. So
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, when you move to Spain, will you keep your house in
Yeah.
Idaho and just rent it out, and that'll help fund your trip?
Yeah, we'll just do long-term rental with it at that point and probably we have some property managers that we're acquainted with that we'll get settled with, and yeah, we'll just keep, because we're not committed to going there. We're just committed there to going long-term, like 3 years, maybe 5 years, like see how it goes. So my wife lived in Europe for a long time. She's a military brat. Her dad was Air Force, and so she spent middle school, junior high in Italy and Germany, and that she just loved Europe. And so I was like, well, I've never been. And so we went the first time I competed in Barcelona. We went for 10 days, and I absolutely loved it. I fell in love with Spain, and yeah, it's been great. And so we were like, well, let's actually test this, living there, to see what it's like, to see if it is as good as we think it is. And it's great. I mean, Barcelona, the weather is like San Diego all year round. And so I'm tired of winter here in Idaho. Like, snow and wheelchairs do not mix. So,
oh shit. You change your tires or anything crazy like that, or wheels, or are there snow tires?
No, I don't go that far. I just don't go out a lot. Like,
yeah,
I have the gym here at home, so I just do more at home. And if it's really like snow, we don't get a lot of snow here, but I mean, the weather in Idaho is really random, right? Like, there's 2 mountain ranges that sit on either side of a valley. And so it's like, if you watched it from a radar, it's like Pong, right? It's like, you never know where the storm's actually going to go. But when it hits us, sometimes it can hit us hard. And so it just gets annoying. And I hate the cold. I've always hated the cold.
Everyone I know who lives there absolutely loves it. They're like, hey, if I would have known about this place sooner, I'd have been here sooner.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but anyhow.
Okay, you're in. How long have you been there?
So I've been in Idaho since '93. My parents, so I grew up on a chicken ranch in Washington, and then when politics started going south there, my father moved us to Buell, Idaho, which is south central Idaho, down by Twin Falls. It's a small farm town, outside of Twin Falls, Idaho. So I grew up there on a heifer ranch, dairy heifer ranch, and then I moved to Mountain Home for a while. I owned an insurance agency there, and then 2006 to 2010, I was down in Southern California. I was in Temecula working in the motocross industry as a strength and conditioning coach for some of the factory riders. And so I took a small stint in Southern California, but
then you have working legs from 2006 to 2010?
Yeah. God. Yeah, I didn't get paralyzed till 14.
God, that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's wild. And that was a motorcycle accident?
Yeah. So once I moved back to Idaho, so I was working as a strength and conditioning coach with some of the factory riders in Southern California. I was based down there, working with the teams and whatnot. And then, with Rhino. And then I got married, and we had our daughter. And it's funny, when you work in pro sports, you don't live in the real world. Like, you live in a bubble. And the minute we had our daughter, it was like real world Southern California was exposed to us, right? Because you start looking at school systems and everything else. And I was just like, no. So I gave that up, and we moved back to Idaho. The unfortunate thing was, when I moved back to Idaho, I got back into racing myself recreationally. And then, well, I shouldn't say unfortunate, because I wouldn't change anything, but that's when I got hurt. So anyways, yeah.
God. Oh, and you have one kid?
Yeah. She just turned 15.
Hey, someone said, Kenneth DeLapp says WOD Salona. That's weak. I like that name. That makes me want to say it over and over. I like the name WOD Salona. What? I don't get what Salona means. With Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Yeah. What's wrong with that, Kenneth? You don't think that's I think that's cute.
Yeah, I think it's creative. I think they have a great logo that they came up with that goes with it, and I think they branded it well. And that competition is blown up. For only being its second year, there was over 1,000 athletes.
Dang.
Yeah, so they're doing well.
Barcelona.
Right.
I don't get that one. Barcelona.
That's how some people pronounce it.
Oh, It could be a drinking contest and be called Barcelona.
Yeah.
Oh,
People that think they're
that's one of the islands, right, in Spain, and that's where the girl Laura Horvat's sidekick trains.
Yeah. So
Gabby.
no, and that's the other thing. CrossFit is freaking huge right now in Spain. Like it is blowing up. We talked about that before, and so there's a really strong community. The gym that I belonged to for a month while I was there, Athlete CrossFit, they're just on the process of opening up their second location because their first gym is just slammed. And yeah, so.
Hey, all good, safe, good access for you. Do you hate a place that only has an elevator and you're like, fuck, are you a first floor guy?
So ideally, yes, but we were on the 4th floor of our apartment. We did have a day where the elevator didn't work.
Yeah.
It was down for about an hour. Fortunately, I was on the bottom. Like I just couldn't get access to my apartment. I had already left for the day. So it was just go to a coffee shop and hang out. It wasn't bad.
Safe?
And
any robbing or
no,
looting
I trust like Barcelona feels safer even than Boise, Idaho does. Like as far as like our daughter and like we met some other expats. They have this great baker or dessert shop. It's called La Cava Cakery or something like that, and it's cupcakes and cava. And they're from Ireland, and they had a son and a couple daughters. Their son was the same age as our daughter, and they're like, yeah, he rides public transportation by himself to go to and from football practice or soccer and all that. Like we felt very comfortable there, very safe. Like we loved it. It's for me, it's easier to get around than any American city I've been in, and I've been to quite a few. And so it's just one of those things that the weather's appealing. The food in Spain is incredible. And then the quality of food just in Europe in general is so much better. And that's one of the big drives. And then for me, healthcare, you know, both my wife and I are entrepreneurs. We're both self-employed. So our medical insurance is non-existent virtually, like what we pay for. And we still pay an arm and a leg, you know what I mean? And so it's over there, we can get on a plan where we pay $100 per person and we're fully covered.
Dan Guerrero, everything is better there except income, which you have over
there. So, but my wife, her income is based here. So,
God.
So, she's, every country will have her. So she plans corporate retreats worldwide. She primarily works with SaaS companies where their employees are remote all over the world and they come together once or twice a year. And so, you know, getting a visa in Spain right now is not hard anyways, but with her, like we could virtually move anywhere and they'd accept her because, you know, she'll bring income in. So
what will your daughter do there? Just start her life all over?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, based on our current plan, she'll be 18 when we leave. So, I mean, she could virtually do whatever. We hope she comes with us. I could see her going to work with my wife, kind of taking over the family business.
I would just walk all over Spain. I'd be like,
yeah,
I'd get a backpack, and for 6 months, I would, or especially at least Barcelona. I'd like every morning I'd get up, get high on coffee, just drink a shitload of coffee, and I would walk the entire city for a year.
Yeah, I think the 5 weeks we were there, I pushed easily on average 2 miles a day, like which I don't do here in Idaho. It's like, it was crazy. One of these things I realized, like it could be the same amount of time to go out and grab food here in Idaho, you know, versus there walking or rolling and going and getting the food. And I'm more apt to like just leave the apartment and go roll out here, where here I'm like, I don't want to get in and out of the car. So I'll just DoorDash. Like, yeah, I hate getting out of the car.
I hate doing it. I hate driving.
So, but if I can just go out my front door and roll down the street, I love it. Like, it's funny growing up a farm boy. I'm always like, no, I don't want to live in the city because I need to have my freedom. Well, what I realized being in Barcelona is being in a wheelchair, the city is my freedom. Like, I was like, I'm free. Like, I can just go where I want. And especially like, the biggest thing is why it's so accessible is it's a bike town. like so much of the majority get around on bicycles. And so any town in Europe that way, like Copenhagen or whatever, they're very accessible for me, but I just don't want to do winter anymore. So that's where Barcelona comes in, that it's just the weather's great.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. There's a shitload of other people there who are on wheels, and so the city's accommodating to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, congratulations.
Thanks.
I don't know why it sounds so scary to me to get up and switch countries, but I mean, you're doing it and you make it sound like it's totally doable.
Well, it makes it more comfortable having my wife. She travels so much, so she's well traveled. She's lived in Europe, so it's not new to her, and so that makes it a lot more comfortable for me. But we're not like figuring all this stuff out on the fly.
How did you do at Barcelona?
Good, I won. So it was rough. It ended up randomly.
Only 2 people in your division?
Yeah, right. No, actually, of all the adaptive divisions, my division was the largest. We had 12 athletes. And,
awesome.
Any
other Americans? Any other Americans?
Yep. There was one for sure. 2 other Americans in my division.
Don't you kind of like it though? It would have been nice if you were the only one, right? I mean, 2 still isn't a lot, but it's kind of cool. You're going over. It's like when you go to a tournament and there's 5 kids in my kid's class, and I've driven 2 hours, and 3 of the kids are from my kid's academy. I'm like, fuck, dude. I just drove fucking 2 hours so you can wrestle the kids we wrestle at home.
Yeah, no, so the first year I was the only American, and that was cool, but it was okay. The first year I was really nervous because this is one of the cool things about CrossFit, even versus like racing. Like racing, a lot of times, the big guy comes across the pond and they're like, what the hell are you doing on my turf? Like, this is supposed to be my arena, and like you show up and you're taking my spotlight or whatever. And so I was a little bit apprehensive the first year that they're going to be like, stick to the American competitions or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you're just coming and cherry picking or whatever. And they were like pumped, like the other competitors and everybody were pumped that I was there and that I had taken the time to travel to be at their competition. And so that was cool. And so I really had a great time. So I definitely wanted to go back, and it was great this year. We had a little bit of weather the first day, but other than that, and then the weather, we had some rain the first day. So we did have one event get canceled. The evening event got canceled, but other than that, it was great. It was it actually ended up being one of the hottest weekends of the year there, and the humidity because of the rain before was crazy. And so I had some serious like CNS issues after one of the workouts, but other than that, it was fun.
Nervous system.
Yeah. Because my body doesn't regulate heat, and it was a really cool workout. Actually, like I loved the concept. I'd never done anything, so it was just to get into it real quick. It was a really cool workout. It was 4 rounds. It was every 4 minutes on the minute, but you were only allowed to work for 3 of the 4 minutes, so you were forced to have a 1 minute rest. And ours was 3, 2, 1, go, and it was 21 deadlifts, kettlebell deadlifts, 9 calories on the assault bike, and then 9 U-turns around a 20-inch box.
Wait, 9 calories on the assault bike?
Yeah.
Would they take the seat off and you're like this?
No, you're in the front. So we go up to the front of the bike. Yeah, so we're like straddling the fan. And then the judge stands on the back.
Have you seen the other way? The way Athena shows it in her larger body seminar. Have you seen that way of doing it?
Where they turn it up, like they sit the bike up on its seat, and so the handles are up, and you kind of go this way instead.
Honestly, I forget how they did it, but they took the seat off. I don't think they stand the bike up, but they do it from the back. It's crazy. It's crazy creative. I'll find it. I'll find a video of it and send it to you. It's crazy creative. It's better than getting in the front, I think. Once people see that, I probably shouldn't give it away. It's like one of the best parts of her seminar. You're like, oh shit, I never thought of that.
Yeah, well, but however, these are people that could still possibly stand or can use their legs, and so they might be able to put themselves in a position that we can't. So you know what I mean?
All right. So sorry, 21 deadlift, 9 cals on assault bike. What's the next movement?
9 U-turns around the box. So anyways, it was a workout. It took about yeah. So have you ever seen them? They're actually pretty like calculated.
Going around a box on a
No, so you have to you go to one side of the box, you have to spin around 180 before going to the next side of the box.
U-turn, wheelchair, CrossFit. Oh,
Yeah,
here,
I don't
dude,
know.
there's actually a video. God, there's videos for everything.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought there was no chance in hell I'd find this. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Probably.
So you're forced to 180 around the
Oh,
box to go to the
oh.
other side.
Oh, dude,
So
that
it's
must be-
actually a move that came from wheelchair basketball, because when someone goes to cut on you, it's quicker to U-turn to block them, like from one side to the other, than just trying to like cut around them.
Do you know this guy right here?
I don't.
I just assume like black guys, wheelchair guys, just know like you guys. Know each other.
Right.
Hey,
We all know each other.
that would make me sick right there.
Nah, it's not too bad because you're going back and forth,
I'm
so you're
50.
spinning both directions.
I'm 50. I can't do that. I can't do that.
But so, anyways, what was cool about the workout is you were forced to sprint every round, because every round was a separate points. So, like if that whole event was 100 points, each round was individually 25 points. So you had to there was no we'll just build a lead and then your accumulated time, you can just pace everybody. Each round was scored individually, so you had to go all out every round. And I mean, we're right on the waterfront on black mats. It was 80 plus degrees with crazy humidity, and you're just doing these sprints. I mean, to give you an idea, the first sprint I did in 142, and then by the last sprint, it took me 233. So it was like it took its toll.
Pass out in a wheelchair like we saw Carl Saunders pass out, or you ever seen anyone?
No.
Why can't you regulate heat?
Because my circulation.
Oh,
your legs are your main blood pumpers. So my circulation is slow, and so I'm a bit of a snake. Like I have to watch temperature, both hot and cold, because I can't regulate my. Yeah, which is fortunate because not everybody does.
You mean not everyone in your situation?
Correct. Yeah, wow. Not everybody in a wheelchair has the ability that still functions and that they can still sweat. Quads are really bad. A lot of them that work out, they carry a spray bottle with them so they can create their own sweat basically to keep themselves cooled down.
Oh, I don't know if I should fucking do this. Sevan, you literally preach that all Palestinians can easily leave every day. Now you can't imagine it. First, you've taken that out of context, you douche nozzle. Second of all, don't talk to me about fucking travel. I could pick any random week in my fucking life, and I traveled more than you ding dong. In crazy fucking places. I drove all over fucking Central America. I walked in Africa. Been all over fucking African places that would scare any of you motherfuckers.
Yeah, and what the media portrays as what's accessible is not. Is not true.
What?
For example, during COVID, they say you couldn't travel places unless you were vaccinated and all this stuff. My wife traveled the entire time during COVID, and countries where they had vaccination regulations, because she worked in travel and tourism and they were hurting, they'd let her in no problem. We'll make an exception. So. Most of the time, even what they report about what is accessible or what's open for travel is not true. It's more open than you think.
Iota, he's comfortable in one of the greatest states in this country. Yeah, very triggered. Thank you. You triggered. I'm very triggered. Also triggered. I got triggered 15 times, 15 minutes ago. It already traveled from my neck to my back to my anus. I'm very triggered. Douche. I'm never coming to the Isle of Man. God, that would be a shitty place to be in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
They probably don't have anything there. And they just got that one road that goes around the island. Have you been to Hawaii?
Yeah.
Does Hawaii suck for wheelchairs?
Yes. I mean, when you're in the condo communities or whatever, you can get around there fine. But outside of that, yeah, the beach, I can't stand the beach. It's so hard getting around the sand and whatnot.
I'm trying to think. Maui or one of the islands has a cool bike trail around a shitload of the island. I guess that would be kind of cool.
I've just been on the Big Island, Kona and whatnot. So,
Hey, do you have an electric wheelchair?
well, no, not like you would think of an electric wheelchair. I do have what's called the company's not a wheelchair, and it's called a rig. It's basically just like an e-bike, but it's just 4 wheels and it's electric powered.
It's not a wheelchair. Oh yeah,
The company is yeah.
Oh, yeah, you have that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
So it allows me to like get around without killing myself, because one of the issues I had is training CrossFit like I do is I'm always tired, right? Like on the weekends and stuff, like I got to rest my body because of the volume I do. And
yeah,
so we got this thing because it's all electric. And so I play golf with it.
Dude,
or like I'll go hiking.
You play golf?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
So with this rig, I've played regular golf from a special cart that they have. But with this rig, what I do is I play fling golf. I don't know if you've ever seen fling golf.
No.
It's a newer version. Some guys back east came up with it. It's really cool. It's like golf and lacrosse combined. It's these like long shafted golf clubs where they like, it's got a scoop on the end and you put the golf ball in there, and like it's actually blowing up. Fling golf, it's like a lot of able bodies do it. Brian French should check it out. He'd probably be interested in a lot, with his disc golf passions.
He could commentate the world championships. Oh shit, look at that.
Yeah.
Hey, it has 2 handles.
Yeah, I went up to Coeur d'Alene.
This.
Yeah, I took it this summer and I went up to Coeur d'Alene. We did the Hiawatha Trail.
Yeah,
that's outside of Coeur d'Alene. So yeah.
And you ever roll that thing?
Not yet. I'm sure I will. I like to test the limits. So
how fast does it go over 10 miles an hour?
Up to 13.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, crazy. All right, cool. Yeah. Hey, will you take that to Spain?
Hopefully, if we can figure out how. Yeah, that'd be great.
God, that thing's dope. Yeah, you kind of need that.
Yeah.
And then what you could do is you could like go 5 miles away from your house, unload your chair, roll around a couple miles, and not be like, fuck, how am I gonna I'm exhausted. How am I gonna wheel back 5 miles now? Then you just throw it in the back of that thing and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. God, I've never seen one of those. Okay. Wheel WOD. Wheel WOD's like the premier event, right? The winner.
Yes.
They're the ones who got the contract to host the CrossFit Games this year.
Correct.
Let's start there before. So what are the dates for Wheel WOD?
For this year?
Yeah.
November 30th through the 3rd. So we'll compete Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
It's upcoming weekend.
Okay. So in 4 days it starts to December what? Did you say the 3rd?
The 3rd, yeah.
Okay.
Thursday through Sunday.
And this is in the adaptive community. Is this considered equivalent to winning the CrossFit Games?
It's considered greater, to be honest.
No shit. Okay.
I mean, there may be somebody. If you ask somebody, would I rather win the CrossFit Games for adaptive, or would I rather win WOD? You might get some people because of the clout and the medal, whatever. But I mean, if you compare 3 weeks of the Open to our divisions, at least, that didn't get to go to the actual in-person games versus 12 events over 4 days, which one do you think's a better test of fitness to actually solidify who's
and do the competitors come out for this? The competition's as stiff as the game?
Yeah.
Like Rogue, no one could argue that Rogue's not as competitive as the games.
Correct.
And so this is all the pipe hitters come to this.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And this, and so this is and then tell me about this. So these guys, the CrossFit Games is like dividing up. It looks like it's only going to be individual who have their own event. And then it looks like adaptive and then age group are going to have their own events. And this company, Wheel WOD, is this Kevin Ogar's company?
So he's part owner now. It was originally founded and started by Chris Stoutenberg, who has a CrossFit industry up outside of Collingwood, Ontario, Canada.
Okay. Tell me the name of his CrossFit gym again. I want to.
CrossFit Industry. So it's INDESTRI.
Okay. Is he an adaptive athlete?
Yeah, he's in a wheelchair.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's kind of good that the guys who run it are like have your shit. Maybe you get some like better shit. Like
that's why. Well, that's why. So in 2015 was the first year that we did an online competition around the Open. 2015 was the first year there was an organized competition, and that was Stouty. And so 2015 and 2016 was the first live in-person wheel wad games up outside of his town. Because he lives up there. It's a tourist town outside, just off of Lake Huron, and it was just wheelchairs. It was just seated division. The first 2 years was just seated division, 15 and 16, and then 17 was when he started formulating the other divisions. So the seated divisions have been around longer than anybody else.
Okay, so it's That's cool. So it's rooted in the adaptive class that he liked. Yeah, good on him.
Correct.
And so someone from the games contacted this dude, this Stouty cat, and said, "Hey, can you have the capacity or capability to run the CrossFit Games this year?"
Yeah. So Kevin's been involved for quite a while now. I mean, he competed at one point. Like Kevin and I have competed. I think 17 or 18. Kevin competed in the games, and then he got involved as like he's been a head judge, and he's been on the logistical side of wheel wad. He's worked for both wheel wad and CrossFit for a long time.
You might not know, but Kevin, even before he was adaptive, he was going to be a powerhouse in the CrossFit world. He was, as a young man, he was looking to be a threat at the games.
It's pretty crazy. Kevin and I, we've been pretty close. We're on parallel journeys. Our accidents are 12 days apart.
Wow.
So we're like on the same timeline with everything. So, he was involved as a high level athlete, a regional athlete in CrossFit. Yeah. Years before he got injured, and was injured in a CrossFit competition in Southern California.
I remember that. Probably, for anyone around it, it's probably one of the biggest news events we've ever had in the CrossFit space. It was everyone was talking about it. I mean, it was the thing. For those of you who don't know, you could go look it up. There's actually a movie that Carrie Peterson made about Kevin Ogar's journey. But basically, I mean, the way I remember it is a barbell basically bounced and hit him in his spine, right?
Yeah, he snatched and lost his balance and fell, and the barbell hit him on the way down. Yeah.
A couple of years ago, or maybe it was even last year, I invited him on a few times. I should invite him on again. I really like it. Great Instagram account and a great wife too. Very.
So they met at the Wheel Wad Games.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, they met at the Wheel Wad Games one of the years when it was up in Ontario, because she's an adaptive athlete too. So she's a neuro athlete and as well. And so
she's got a great Instagram account. I think I've shown clips from it on this show a handful of times. She's funny. She got a great sense of humor. Okay, so so what will happen to Wheel Wad now? They'll have Wheel Wad and they'll also host the CrossFit Games? No,
they're just so they're basically just synchronizing it into one, or harmonizing it into one, where they'll get basically the title of, they are defining who is the fittest on earth, like officially by CrossFit. It's basically the same way from a game standpoint or from a logistical standpoint. What people don't understand is it's basically the same thing as like Wadapalooza or some of these other competitions that are an official CrossFit event. Basically, the Wheel Wad Games is becoming an official CrossFit event. Wheel Wad is running it like on their own. Like they're funding it. There's some stipulations by CrossFit as far as what they have to do. But they're basically just taking it over from CrossFit. I kind of have mixed feelings about it, to be honest.
I'd like to hear those. So the things we're saying could change at any second, by the way, people. So like, right now, so it's going to be a crazy workload for Stout and Ogar. They're basically, normally they have one huge event in a year. Now they're going to have two massive events. They're going to have the Wheel Wad, then they're going to parlay that into the CrossFit Games. And then what you're saying is they're going to get the street cred that they're going to bring the street cred they already have in the adaptive community as being the powerhouse event, but they're going to get the title now, the CrossFit as the fittest, whatever division you're in, they're going to get that clout. Right. And then, so hopefully if all things go well, there will be that event will sort of take over and be the wheel WOD event. And who knows? Maybe that'll allow them to grow, and they'll have a new event will pop up that's not even been invented yet. And now Jedidiah is saying he's not sure if he likes it. What hesitations do you have?
So
for everyone.
Kind of. So, I mean, it's definitely a win for CrossFit.
You lose an event, actually. Maybe it's not a win-win for the athletes because you guys lose an event.
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, to be honest, most of us didn't really have an event with CrossFit to begin with. We do the open anyways, and now they're trying, in the past to find the fittest between the open or an online competition. Like, we're not really losing anything that way. Maybe 2 separate titles, but no, where I have my trepidation is WheelWOD does a great job. They have a great team. More outside of Kevin and Stouty, just they have a whole team of individuals that help run and put the competition together. The problem is they're all volunteer. I don't want to say volunteer. They're all part-time to a degree. They all have other jobs, right? They all have other endeavors that take a lot of their time. And so it's hard. And I think I have more insight on this than that my wife, who, was an event producer. She's done conferences. She's done, she's worked in the event industry for years. And so I see what it takes to put on a major event at the site. She still does a conference for one of her SaaS companies. And it takes her all year to plan it. And it takes a lot of her time to plan it. And I think it's kind of a double-edged sword in that it's great for WheelWOD. WheelWOD is the one that should have the input as far as how the divisions are ran, how all that stuff, the logistics of the competition, because they know and they have the experience. The tough thing is
the experts.
Correct. As far as the competition goes and the logistical side. The tough thing where I take issue with it is that it's all dumped on their lap. That CrossFit's like, they're not financially supporting it. They're not, there's no,
I've heard that's not true, by the way.
From what I've seen, from what I understand, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe they are doing more, but from everything that I've seen or heard is basically, I feel like there's a little bit of CrossFit has been criticized for how they've done the adaptive right. And especially there's been a lot of loud voices within the adaptive community. And there's a lot of people that's been screaming at you need to get a WheelWOD involved. You need to let WheelWOD do this. You need to let WheelWOD handle it. All these athletes. So finally CrossFit's like, it's like, here, be careful what you wish for. Here you go. It's yours. Yeah. Do it. And let's see how you handle it. You know what I mean? And so it's hard because CrossFit has employees that are just designated to the games and how the games run and how the games build. And so that's a lot easier when you have those people that can put in those type of hours. So I have no doubt that WheelWOD has the capability of running a great competition logistically and stuff. It's the event side stuff where I hope things go well and I hope everything works out. I'm just disappointed they're not getting more support that way is my thing from the event side. The competition, they'll do great.
I wish I was wrong, but I know I'm not. The people who bitch are always going to find something to bitch about. So
exactly
that will be interesting. The people who bitch that hey, there's only 15 classes. They forgot these people. Those people are still going to bitch. It's not going to be like, oh, well, adaptive athlete. This is made by adaptive athletes and run by adaptive athletes. So therefore it's perfect. No, the people who bitch, they have an inner need to complain.
We still get it.
Yeah. Yeah. And they won't be satisfied until they do that work on themselves. It is impossible to satisfy the adaptive community, right? Because of the nuances I mean satisfy them with all the different classes because of the nuances of the disabilities, right? It's really kind of do the best you can. It's kind of like making the workouts at the games. There's never going to be the perfect test of fitness. We just got to do the best we can.
Yeah. I mean, it comes down to a lot of times there are different, every injury is different. Every disability is a little bit different, a little bit tweaked. So there are some workouts where it's like, well, you technically have more ability for me, I have, for example, myself, I have, full trunk control. I'm from the waist down. And so a lot of people that maybe don't have all that core access, but compete in my class, they're like, well, I don't have as much core. So I struggle this way. However, I will say, like, and that's in generally true, right? Like, yes, I have full access to my core and I've taken a lot of time to build that up. And so, yes, I do have more muscles. So you could argue that I have more ability that way. However, like I said, every injury is unique. One of the things I battle with is I have constant spasm in my legs, meaning that my legs don't shake necessarily all the time when people think of spasms. But with my injury, my legs are in constant contraction. So my muscles, even sitting here right now, my legs are contracting. They're just holding themselves tight.
When you sleep,
And
does that go away?
no. Sometimes if I can get relaxed, it will.
Do you feel them? If you lay down and do deep breathing, can you go in there and make those relax? And you actually feel it happen?
Yeah, if I can relax myself, a lot of times I can get my legs to subside somewhat. But for the most part, they're in constant contraction. So when I have to do moves where I'm getting in and out of chair, when I do pull-ups, when I do rope climbs, like you'll notice, like even the more fatigued I get, the more it's like I'm almost doing an L sit while I'm doing my leg climb or whatever, because my legs are just, and then they will shake sometimes. So my legs literally fight against me doing a lot of movements. And some people, for like Kevin, for example, like his legs they're just not there. Now he doesn't have as much muscle tone in his legs. But they don't fight him, right? Like they're limp.
He still has his legs on him.
Yeah.
Do you still have your legs on you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So so it's just examples like that where there's little things, there's little nuances that you're never going to match up evenly. But that's the same with able body, right? Like you've got Fikowski versus Mertens. Like they're not going to have the same advantages in every workout. There's just always going to be nuances that way. But as it grows, and we're still small, like the adaptive community in CrossFit is still very tiny. And so having all these different divisions and split classes, like, so for example, now there's 2 seated divisions, well, technically 3 seated divisions, right? Where there's like, Tom Miazga and the seated with hip function, where they have partial use of their legs in some form or another. And that can vary in degree. There's guys that have to compete seated too, like, like Tom Green and Brett Palzer, like they don't have as much function in their legs. They do have leg function, but they don't have as much function as like Tom does. And so, but somewhere, as the numbers grow, there has to be a split, right? But when we started, Tom showed up in 17. And so for 3 years, I competed against Tom, like, because there was no other option until 2020.
Did you complain?
Like, no, it was just what it was.
Hey, if you have legs, and if you have legs that don't work and you don't work out, how does anyone not work out? It seems now I'm going back to that thing you said about pumping. So for you, working out you'll lose your legs if you don't work out, right? I'm guessing what I'm imagining is you every time you work out, it's kind of a flush for your legs, because when you're sitting there, you ain't getting shit. But when you work out, the heart's working and you finally get some blood to your extremities, the way maybe like someone who is like crazy obese, like 1,000-pound person would. So people who don't have use of their legs, but they have legs and don't work out, they're fucked. I'm guessing. I'm asking.
It's the same anatomy as anybody else, right? Like it all comes down to blood flow and circulation. If you can keep your circulation going, it does a lot for health. The minute you stop circulating, like that's when you have issues. It's the same way that the adaptive has actually helped teach people as far as like temporary injuries. You have somebody that has a knee injury or whatnot, and so they want to pause their membership for 3 months until it heals or whatever. And now they're going, don't do that. Like, there's other adaptations that we can keep you working out. And by continuing to work out, you're going to continue that blood flowing and you're going to heal faster and you're going to heal better and you'll have less atrophy and all the things, right? Like that's just me for daily life.
Jedidiah, can you see like in an x-ray or MRI or whatever somewhere where there's like a plug, wires that are not touching that need to be touching for you to get your for your legs to work?
No, it's not visible because the spinal cord is so integrated and it's so minute. Like you'd have to like microscope zoom in on it.
Do they
like
think they know where it is? Do you think you know where it is?
Well, they know where the damage is. It's at my T12 because that's where in my accident my T12 vertebrae, it dislocated and then shattered, and then I ragdolled on frozen ground for another 15, 20 feet. And that's where my spinal cord was just so it wasn't like a full sever, but I just mangled it basically
Crazy.
at that spot.
I asked because Jake said any new spinal technology that could make it so you could walk again or get access to your legs again.
So here's what I'm going to tell you, and we're going to go political, but I don't care.
Okay.
There are different avenues. There are things where people, there's electrical implants or whatnot. There's multiple different like tested things that have worked. So there's two sides to this. One, let's say they've done it 200 times and it was successful 12 times. So they're going, hey, there's this procedure, but it's like, it's not necessarily 100% work. And then some of those people that didn't work, and not only did it not work, but by going in there and messing around, they actually like damaged the spinal cord more to where they've lost some of their use that they did have. Right. So like, instead of being like a T12 now, they're a T10 or whatever, because
it's experimental.
Correct. The other side is I honestly believe that they have the technology and they've come up with the ways that they could cure spinal cord injuries. It'll never see the light of day. Same as cancer, curing cancer, like it'll never see the light of day because we're too profitable. We make the medical industry way too much money. And so I don't think they'll ever technically cure spinal cord injuries, which could be said true for a lot of disabilities. I think that there are things out there that, they say the spinal cord is such a mystery and we'll never know. And it's like, you're full of crap. You make too much money off of us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the global wheelchair market value is equal to that of the NFL's entire fucking revenue. It's fucking shy by 500 million. 9,500 million. Hey, dude, and that's only growing. That's just for your chair, by the way. That's not for all the other shit you need, like whatever those weird socks you wear on your legs to keep you warm, or all the fucking, like, you know what I mean? All the accessories they're trying to sell you.
Well, and then you get stuff like that e-rig that you were pulling up, my electric chair. Like,
it's NFL is twice that. It's 20 billion. Sorry, my bad. But still, 10 billion is crazy just for chairs. Go ahead.
Well, that's just, and then you have all the other products like catheters and stuff like that, right? That like, I mean, I spend $150 a month on catheters just so I can pee.
That's $150 a month.
Yeah.
Hey, the GDP of Kenya is 110 billion. So just wheelchairs worldwide is 1/10 the GDP of the entire country of Kenya. Holy shit.
So, and anyhow, and then like I said, you have the accessories. You have bicycles or e-rigs, because they're deemed medical. The cost goes up so much. Like that e-rig thing, that's $6,000. Like for me to have one of those.
Yeah.
And it's, it doesn't need to be $6,000, but because of insurance and medical hoops that they have to jump through and licensing things, because it's deemed, medical product, to be safe, basically for us to use, it jacks the price up.
Sorry, just one more thing to put in context. Pharmaceutical revenues in the United States in 2021 were 550 billion. So the legal drugs we take in this country are 5 times the amount of money that the entire country of Kenya has for all their shit, roads and pharmacy and schooling and everything, just for our sleeping pills and COVID shots. Holy shit. Yeah. Okay. So you'll go to WOD. How did you do there last year?
I won.
You did win. And how many people were in your class last year there?
10.
10. Okay. So
they take the top 10.
Okay. Oh, okay. So the most there can be is 10.
Correct.
And how close was it? Do you have a nemesis? Do you have a guy that's like, dude, fuck, quit already, get out of here?
No, there's some. So I've been fortunate enough up to this point that I'm not super dominant. I'm just the most well-rounded, and so my holes are less.
Do they have an excuse why you win? They're like, oh, he's got more leg use, or his hip rotates, or do they got like a excuse why you win?
I mean, there's probably a little bit of that, being that I'm a T12, and so I'm probably like max like ability in the seated 1 division, but I don't hear it. Like I don't hear anybody. if they're saying it, they're not saying it to me. So
Right.
So no, I get along with most of my competitors, and yeah.
I'm gonna try to pull up a image of a spine.
So actually, one of them I coached this year.
One of your competitors.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm transitioning into coaching. I'm going to turn 44 here in January, Sevan. I have a feeling this might be my last games.
The last hurrah.
Yeah. It's my body's like, I have not trained at the same volume this year as I have in the past because I just can't anymore.
Do you think you're going to win?
I hope so. I mean, I don't know. The competition, it gets harder and harder every year. And there's some good guys showing up this year, including the guy that I coached, Brandon, Wasey out of Canada. He's good. There's a new guy that I competed with at WOD Salona named Nico. He'll be there. He's good.
Hey, can you see this picture?
Yeah.
So what's that one below T12?
L1.
Oh, lumbar.
Yeah.
Thoracic and lumbar. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that goes L1, L2, L3, L4, L5. Could a guy who just has his damage at L5, would he still be in your class?
No, because he most likely would be able to walk still.
No shit. That's how it works.
Yeah, I know a guy that will, or have some leg function. Say that again.
You were one vertebrae away from being able to walk.
Well, I don't know. So like I know guys that have L1 injuries that they do have partial use of their legs, so they can stand, they still have to get around day to day in a wheelchair because they don't have full capacity there. But L injuries, you do have some people that they generally have leg function and can walk.
What are these
to some degree?
What are these ones above T1 called?
C.
What's that?
So dude, I'm drawing a blank.
Thoracic,
cervical. Yeah.
Oh, when I think cervical, I thought cervical was down there and girls had that. Different.
I think it's yeah.
And dudes and girls, boys and girls are the same spine shit.
Correct.
Crazy. I always hear all these. So I have something chipped from jumping off a roof. I broke my back, and it's one of the L ones down here.
Yeah. So every time Rhino, you were talking to him, he was paralyzed from an accident or whatever. It was always a cervical injury. He was always up around his neck.
Oh, up here. Okay.
Yeah. So I have a theory. It's interesting. I have a theory about that because I have a lot of friends that have had cervical spine injuries that they gain ability back, and they do come to a point where they can walk and stuff again.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like and I haven't heard of a lot of thoracical injuries where they gain their legs back or whatnot. So my theory is that the cervical is not as well protected. And so when you have a cervical damage, it takes less of an accident to damage the cervical, but you don't necessarily damage it to the same degree. And so a lot of times that healing process can allow you to gain function back, where the thoracic spine is better protected, right? Because of the muscle around it and whatnot. So when it's damaged more severely. And so that trying to heal back from that, it's a greater journey or whatever, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm with you. Okay. Do you compete every day? November 30th?
Yeah.
You compete. How many days do you compete? 4 or 5?
4 days, 12 events.
Holy shit. And do you know the events?
Just 2 of them.
And are you going there to win?
Yeah, I mean, that's always the goal.
Yeah, I know, but I hear you say it's your last year, and I'm wondering, does that mean you're going to take it easy, or it's fuck it, I don't care if something breaks and falls off?
I'm going to do the best I can, but so the last 3 years, really, it's been about my goal is to win, and if I don't win, it's a failure. I have not trained with that degree. I'm transitioning into coaching. Like I said, I've coached a couple athletes this year remotely. I'm coaching at a gym now. I'm trying to build a competition. I want to get back into competitive coaching like I did in motocross, supercross, action sports, basically. So it hasn't been my sole purpose this year. It's kind of taken a back seat. So when I show up, I want to win, and I think I have a chance to win. But if I don't win, it's not a failure. Like it wasn't my sole purpose, right? It wasn't my sole focus this year. And so, do I have a good chance to win? Yeah, absolutely. Like I've won every competition I've competed in this year so far. So outside of the CrossFit Games, but that's one. It's an online competition. I don't put as much clout in that. And two, the gentleman that beat me in the CrossFit Games isn't eligible to compete against me in the WOD Games because he has hip function. And for whatever reason, the CrossFit Games allows him to. They don't. Yeah, he goes through their standards. So
is he pissed that he can't make it to WOD? Or does he?
I don't know.
Does he have his own?
I don't know. No, so he hasn't competed in anything where he's ever had to compete in the other division. He only competes in the CrossFit Games, and I think he competed at Wadapalooza because he was allowed.
So wait a second.
There's seeded one there.
There's a division at WOD for him.
Seeded 2. Yeah, he'd have to compete in the with hip functions division.
I wonder why he doesn't do that.
I don't know.
How would he do there? Are those guys generally, can they do some shit that you can't do because they got hip function?
Yeah, they're definitely strong athletes. I mean, that's Tom, right? And then Brett and Mike Egan, and I think he'd have his hands full. And I think maybe that's one of the reasons is that he knows that. Or I think there's also a degree that once he competes in seeded 2, if CrossFit found out, they'd be like, oh, well, wait, you competed here in this other division, so we're not going to allow you. But I don't know how that'll go now that it's all combined. Obviously, things change. So I'm not saying that. Not saying that to complain, or I'm not saying that to like try and like call him out. I'm just saying like it's the facts.
Look, RB Sevan detects some controversy. Here we go. Hey, so how are they going to do that? Is WOD going to have new divisions? Are they going to bring their divisions to the games, or will the games, or has it not been determined
well,
yet?
It is essentially the same divisions. There will be some new divisions. So, for example, the seeded has grown enough. There is a quad division. There is a seeded 3, which is the quad division, where it's quadriplegics, people that I don't know where the cutoff is, but it's basically people that in some form or another all 4 limbs are affected, and they don't have full use of all 4 limbs. And there's the competition has grown enough to where there is a quad division essentially. And the games doesn't have that. So that will be a new division, or CrossFit has not had that. So there will be some new divisions created for where there's numbers that support that. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're different from CrossFit Games, if that makes sense.
And
it's just more of an expansion.
Right. And there's no ages. You compete 18 or 50 or whatever. It's just one age.
Yeah, I am easily the oldest guy in my division, at least, that competes at this level.
Yeah, crazy. That's cool. Okay. How come I don't see a location for this? I'm on the WOD website. Where is this thing going to be at?
It's in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm surprised it's not on there. I know it's on the competition corner page, but
it might be. Maybe I just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just not on that particular page.
It's not this one, Sea Dog. It's not Wadsalona. It's not.
No. So those were sanctionals for the WOD season. Those were one of the ways you could qualify to compete at the games was by winning one of those competitions.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wait. You could win Wadsalona and then go to the CrossFit Games?
Correct.
So WOD's kind of ahead of the. Wow, that's cool.
So they did it basically like it was done in 2018.
Sorry, real quick, you could do that in 2023?
Yes.
No, so wow. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead. So it was basically the same as like the 2018 CrossFit Games, right? Where there were the sanctionals, like if you won Wadapalooza or if you won, whatever, Dubai, like you were automatically qualified to go to the CrossFit Games. That was 2018, right? Or was that 2019?
I don't remember, but that's a trip.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
like,
yeah. Totally. I just can't believe it's like that.
Yeah. So that's what I did this year because I hate the online stuff. I'm just burnt out on it after 9 years.
Yeah.
So I went to the Sea Dog, which was in April. And I won that one so that I was qualified and I didn't have to worry about competing in the online qualifiers this year. So I've been qualified since April. And then I just did WOD Salona because I did. But then it fell to whoever was behind me. Actually, that's how Nico qualified, because both Brandon and I were already qualified. And so Nico from Poland, he qualified through WOD Salona because the invitation fell to him.
Hey, look at, is this it? Is this the event that starts in 4 days?
Yeah.
Wheel WOD Games. I just can't find the address on here either.
That's weird. Well, I know it's on the competition corner page because I looked there. And then, yeah, here's.
What is that? Competition corner? Is that where they keep the leaderboards?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and so you go there and that's a good look at the that's a good look at who your competitors are.
Yeah, I don't know if the leaderboard is live yet or not. Sometimes it doesn't go live until the first event takes place, but could be.
CrossFit Legends, Arnold Fitness qualifiers. I don't see it.
I don't know. Is there a search? Maybe you can search for it.
No respect for the adaptive active events, upcoming events. Wheel WOD Games. Here we go.
There you go.
Registration closed. Oh, okay. Here we go. Raleigh, North Carolina. Open to the public.
Yep.
Good venue. Good event. Cool.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a convention center. They use it as a convention center. It's definitely been.
Okay, so this is legit. This isn't like
Yeah.
some fucking podunk thing, like where you go to the CrossFit Crash and
Right.
JR. This is some real shit.
Yeah. I mean, any competition that they've held at CrossFit Crash could be considered legit the way they do
All
it.
right, fine. If you say
That's a bad example, but yes, it's not like a local competition at your box.
JR is gonna appreciate that you standing up for him. Fuck, this is cool.
So yeah. That's why I was bugging Taylor about coming out and checking it out, because it's not far from him.
Any of it broadcasted? Will they have a no shit?
Yep, it'll be on their YouTube channel. I believe it's their YouTube channel, but all be broadcasted through YouTube.
Damn. I'm gonna go. Let me see. Just type in Wheel WOD at YouTube.
I think so. Yeah, Wheel WOD Games, and they broadcasted last year as well. And I think they have a better setup this year. They're learning, right? Like,
yeah, for sure. Hey, dude, if they have one parking lot cam, to be honest, like
it'll be the same as the games, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm already subscribed. I mean, even 2 cameras, even 1 roaming camera.
Right.
Okay, so this shit is cool. Let me go to live and see if they have it scheduled yet. No, not yet.
No, you're probably looking at events. So that's the same venue that they had it in last year. However, last year, I will say one thing that happened that most people don't know is last minute, they had a vendor that was supposed to supply all the flooring for them.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks before, he said, hey, I'm not going to be able to get it there.
Oh, wow.
And so they scrambled. And so that's why the flooring was kind of those segments that way. Like, so it was good on them to be able to pull together last minute and get that done, because they kind of got hung out to dry.
Hey, is this Stout, this dude down here? Hat on backwards?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Okay, it's fun. I don't recognize him. I don't understand how this doesn't have more subscribers. I'm fully subscribed, all notifications on, Wheel WOD.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll continue to grow. I think it just has to do with there's not a lot of content, right? Like,
well, dude, there were probably more than 800 people at the event throughout the week.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's so many fucking classes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool. And it will be at this same venue?
Yes.
Does it cost money to get in?
Does what?
Does it cost money to get in?
To spectate?
Yeah.
I think it's like $20 a day or something, or you can buy like a weekend pass for like $60 or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but yeah.
And you'll see everything there, dudes with 1 leg, dudes with arms missing, the whole gambit of all of the adaptive classes.
Sensory athletes, Kim will be there.
No shit. Wow.
Yep. Neuromuscular athletes. So
how much does it cost for you to register to play?
What was it? I think it was like $300.
Okay, fair. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Someone got it. It's fucking looks expensive to put on.
Yeah. They do well. Like they put on a good thing, and so there'll be a whole vendor village. I know they have a lot of like people working with them, and it was funny last year. So last year was the first year they went into that venue and expanded to that level again. A couple times they've been, so in Canada, when we did the games, it was partnered with what was called the UG series, which was an established CrossFit competition up outside of Collingwood. Actually Dylan went there. That's one of the ways they got connected with Wadapalooza. Was Dylan was one of the commentators or
At Wheelwide?
at the UG series.
Oh,
and so the first few years of the actual WOD games, they partnered with the UG series, and so we were competing at the UG series, but it was the WOD games, right? We were using their venue and their outside. It was a park event, the way they did their competition and stuff. So last year was the first time that WOD got big enough that they really expanded into their own venue, their own separate competition, just adaptive, nothing else, right? And so they did a really good job. Like that was a huge undertaking. And I say that because they had a bunch of vendors there, and I'll be honest, like there wasn't a lot of shopping going on. Like for the vendors that were there last year, like there just wasn't a ton of spectators. So they didn't get the foot traffic like they normally would at a major competition. But I took the time at the end of the last day, and I went around and I thanked every venue and talked to them personally for being there. And they thought it was great. Like nobody was like, and I was in sales. Like I own insurance for 20 plus years. So I know when somebody's BSing me, if they were just like patronizing, like, oh yeah, great, we love being here. Like, I'm like, okay, so it was a bust for you. Like there was nobody that was that way. All of them genuinely was like, I don't even care. Like being here, seeing this, witnessing it, like this is incredible. This is life changing. Like we will be here next year, and we want to see this continue to grow. So it's just cool hearing that kind of feedback. And that's one of the frustrations I think I have, is that like the poor media coverage and whatnot. I think if you covered, if people really saw the adaptive and really had that coverage to see what we do, it's inspiring. Like to the able-bodied, like it's motivating, and it's something that's not like, well, you said it before, right? At Wadapalooza, like you loved watching the elite and you loved watching the adaptive because it's just unique. It's something different. It is spectatingly pleasing to watch what these athletes can do.
I would take my kids to this or to old people working out in order to give them perspective.
Yeah.
I would love my kids to see the 65 and over division at the CrossFit Games, because I don't know if you remember when we were kids. How old are you? 44. I'm 51. But when we were kids, like 55 was old.
Yeah.
Like they were already like fucked up.
Yeah.
And now it's like, now it's not like that. But that's only our perception has changed of what's possible. If you take care of yourself, you can still work out for a long time.
So one of my favorite stories.
No excuse. It gives you as a kid, hey, I can't make excuses. This fucker's snatching 155 pounds with one arm.
Absolutely. So let me paint you a picture. One of my favorite stories was the first CrossFit gym I started at was Snake River CrossFit in 2015. And I had trained there a couple years, and I'll never forget the owner, Frank Beauvais. He has a son named Charlie, and Charlie had a friend they were hanging out one day, right? And they happened to run to the grocery store, and Frank told me the story. He says, "It's one of the reasons I love having you here in our gym." They're shopping in the grocery store, and Charlie's buddy looks down the aisle and they see a guy in a wheelchair, and he goes, Charlie's buddy goes, man, I feel bad for that guy. And Charlie's like 8 years old at this time, or 10 years old, like 8 to 10. I don't know exactly. But Charlie's buddy goes, man, I feel bad for that guy. And Charlie looks at him and goes, why? He can do anything that we can do. Like, and Frank's like, Charlie only knows that because he sees you in the gym doing what you do. Like, and so his perspective of somebody in a wheelchair versus anybody else is 100% different. Like, and so that's great, right? Like, that's just like, he just sees me as a normal dude. Like, he's not like, there's not that patronizing sympathy. Like,
I don't think it's healthy to, I like empathy. I really like empathy. I don't think there's anything wrong with helping people, but no one wants you to feel sorry for them, because a part of feeling sorry for someone is the projection that you're better than them, and people will live up to that standard. And so, like, when I worked in a home for developmentally disabled adults, they knew the staff that they could play and feel and play and like let people, they were mentally disabled adults, but they still knew the game. If the
Yeah.
staff felt sorry for them, they would manipulate the staff that way. If the staff believed in them, they fucking rose to the occasion. And we're all like that as human beings, right? We're
Right.
all like that. It has nothing to do with being adaptive or not. Yeah, the feeling sorry for people shit is it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Healthy people want to be around people who believe in them.
And to be honest, if you want to feel sorry for me, there's a lot of shit I deal with that's way worse than my legs not working.
Right.
That people don't even know about. So
Right. Well, the world's not designed for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, just even internally, if you asked me, you get a wish and you can have your legs back functioning, or you can have your sexual function and bowel function back.
Yeah.
You have a choice. I'm taking the sexual function and bowel function over my legs any day.
Well, and you know that from experience.
Correct.
Yeah. The bowel function's got to be huge.
Dude.
Yeah. Crazy. Hey, so that determines what you eat. You don't fuck around.
Right.
Yeah. How was Barcelona's food? You said
awesome. Good. Well, so that's one of the reasons we want to move there. Just one, Spain has incredible food. Two, Europe overall, the quality of food is so much better. It's just, little things that you're actually eating food. You're not eating, genetically modified shit.
Eaton Beaver, I remember seeing my dad skateboard when I was 8, and I thought you can still do that when you're old. You know what's funny, Eaton? I've probably damaged my kids. If I stand on a skateboard, my kids start to like panic. One of them will start to cry. Because they unfortunately they know if I'm going to hurt myself.
Well, but to be fair, part of that problem is probably they know how much it hurts when they fall, and so they're afraid of you falling.
Right. They really do think I'm like old though. Like they like my 9-year-old thinks he legitimately can beat me up. Like I'm going easy on you. I'm like, all right. Okay, Wheel WOD, Raleigh, North Carolina, and then what? And then so this is interesting. This could be the last time you take the floor. You are seriously considering not going to the games this year.
Correct.
Yeah,
it's hard because there's part of me that wants to hit that 10-year mark, right, and then be part of the combination of CrossFit and Wheel WOD finally happening. But there's another part that reality knows my body, and it's time to like. And I really want to pursue the coaching again. I loved working as a coach in action sports. I had a lot of great experiences traveling and working with, I worked with X Games athletes. I worked with some MMA guys. Like I worked with snowmobile racers, like all this stuff. And I want to experience that in CrossFit. And I think I have something to offer too. Like the experience I've had and the type of athletes I've worked with, like I look at some of the elite CrossFit Games athlete and I just see things differently that I think I could help them than the coaches that are in the sport now that have really only been in this sport for the most part. And that's all they know and understand. Like I see different perspective.
All right, cool. Hey, I always appreciate you coming on. Congratulations. You're killing it. Congratulations growing old gracefully.
Thank you. I do want to say real quick, I want to thank Vindicate. I want to thank Travis. I reached out to him this year just because I love his company and I love what he stands for. And he was willing to take me on as an athlete. And I appreciate him. I appreciate him doing the Attack Weakness shirt. And I know a lot of the sales of that shirt came from this audience. So I appreciate that. And if there's anybody that wanted one that didn't get one, they're still available. The pre-order's done, but you can still grab an Attack Weakness shirt, which is my brand, my mantra that I created when I first started this journey a long time ago. So,
Jedidiah Snelson, what a crazy name! I think that's the thing I like about you the most is your name.
Oh,
it's gonna be hard to top that. Your first name, I thought I would never get. I thought I could never do. I didn't think I had the tongue dexterity to do 2 D's like that close. I just wanted to call you Jedidiah.
Right.
Jedidiah, yeah. But now I can't even say it the other way. Jedidiah Snelson. And Snelson, you seem like some Dr. Seuss character. Oh, have you been to Snelson Village? Yeah, these are cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
So people can still buy these.
Yes, correct. They are still for sale. So if you think you missed out, you didn't. And to anybody who has bought one or does buy one, I appreciate the support, honestly.
Awesome, dude. November 30th to December 3rd, Raleigh, North Carolina. That's this weekend. If you're in the hood, go say hi. Jedidiah is crazy approachable, guys. Crazy approachable. He is not one person here and then one person in public.
No.
He's a homie. He's fucking grounded in reality. Love you, dude. You're always welcome on the show anytime, and I'll see you on a CrossFit Games update show soon.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
All right, you too, Sevan. Thanks.
Wheel WOD athlete. Oh, shit. Something's wrong here. Is this? Oh, I've lost my. Oh, there we go. Jedidiah Snelson. Sevan sucks at eating beaver. I knew that was going to come when I talked about my tongue dexterity. So what if I suck at it? So what? What's your point? Mustache rides. 5 for $1. The thing I like about you the most is your name. But you had nothing to do with it. Come on, it's a fucking great name. It's not his fault. It's not my fault. It just is what it is. All right. Let's try one more time. How about I was even able to take some cheap shots at JR in this show. Make fun of the Crash Crucible. Jesus Christ.
Please leave your message for
son
7.
of a bitch. I saw what you did. You just hung up. Oh. You just hung up on me. Hung up on me. I'm high maintenance this morning. I'm high maintenance this morning. My eyes won't fully open. I don't know what's going on. You guys ever seen wheelchair tennis? Oh, just turn this on. You took shots? Yeah, of course, always. Interesting. Muy interesante. Muy interesante. Yeah. We were talking about we were talking about the venue that Wheel WOD was at, and that it's at a convention center. And I said, oh, it's not in some podunk affiliate like JR's event. He stood up for you though, JR. Jedidiah stood up for you. He wasn't going to have any of that JR bashing. Oh, Jeremy, stop. Just stop. Just stop. Okay, where's Iota? I'm going to beat your ass. Where the fuck are you? Where are you, you douche nozzle? Asymmetric ears, we all know what it really means when people respond with, quote, interesting, unquote. Iota, JR is relentlessly making fun of how much bigger your dick is than his. It was a trip. JR, he was relentless. I see. Okay. Good show. Glad I had him on. He's easy. I don't even have to prepare for him. He's good, right? I didn't prepare at all. I was just like, I knew he was going to Wheel WOD. Me and him were chatting. He said he'd come on and pump it up. I'm looking to see who I have on tomorrow. Oh, Josh Bridges. Fuck. What an easy. What an easy week. Oh, we still have Tyson scheduled for Tuesday. We need to move that. Tell Sousa that. Maybe I'll call Sousa. Sure, I'll just call him. Easier that way, right? What's his number? Does anyone know Sousa's number? Sousa. You think he answers? Do you guys know who I was calling earlier? I told you who without saying their name. God, I like it when the phone works. No, I don't cold plunge. Sevy, do you cold plunge? No, I don't. If I did, though, I couldn't do it unless I was in heat first. My back, I would have like some sort of weird contraction. I'm delicate. I'm a delicate butterfly. You ever touch a butterfly and you feel bad? You're like, oh yeah, if you Danielle, I was calling.
You reach Matt. Leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
It's crazy. What sucks, it was Danielle Brandon I called, and then she starts to say her phone number. So I got to like hang up real quick so I don't accidentally give it away on the air. It's fucking crazy. Listen, don't leave your phone number on your answering machine just in case I call you. Okay, what am I going to say to Susie here? Can we fix the calendar for Tuesday? We don't have Tyson, please. I didn't know if I spelled calendar right. What is this? Pedro text me. What is this? This is kind of cool. Oh, I got my new victim shirt from Vindicate.
Today's word of the day. Dictum. When you act like a dick, then play the victim.
Yeah, that's good.
Today's word of the day.
I know a couple people.
Dictum. When you act like a dick, then play the victim.
Yeah, I totally know some people. Cold plunge is a great way. Cold plunge is great for my back, but I almost hyperventilate in my cold pool. Yeah, I can't. I'll try. I would try it, but I think it could. Breathing is like the source of like all my back happiness is my breathing, and that's exactly right. You nailed it. I'm afraid that if I just jumped into the cold like first thing in the morning when I'm so stiff already, that shit would get really stiff. When I wake up in the morning, I put on as hot as I can possibly tolerate the shower, and then I put my hands on my like knees, and I just let that hot water basically scorch my lower back, and then I'm fucking fine. It's weird. Then I can get the day rolling. Bruce Wayne, great question. For thumbnails. Thank you. He'll be on Wednesday, I assume. I wonder what happened to him. I wonder if he left town yesterday. I should text him too. Great. Thanks for reminding me. Did you leave town? Greg has this 1,000 horsepower truck that he just got. And I think he flew out of town yesterday. So now I'm wondering if he's going to ask me to drive it to his house. 1,000 horsepower. His house is 12 hours from here. And drive a 1,000 horsepower truck for 12 hours. I know, yeah. And you know what? I tell myself that shit too. 51 degrees. You have the Pacific Ocean down the street. It's a great point. I know. And two of my friends just did that the other day. They were like, hey, we went in the ocean the other day. We just got naked and ran to the ocean, me and my husband. And I was thinking to myself, God, I'm such a pussy. Why don't I do that? All right. I don't think I have anything else. You guys want to do anything? So I can call someone? Play some clips for you. Here's The Rock on Joe Rogan. I don't know what he says, but here we go. You want to listen to The Rock on Joe Rogan? Did anyone listen to this podcast? Does Joe ask him about steroids?
Friends who support Biden. I have friends.
Do you really have friends who support Biden?
I do.
Come
well,
on.
No. Here's what I do. I have friends. Thank you. That's a good check because that's important. This is important context.
They support the Democratic Party.
I have friends who are loyal to the party.
Yes.
So I figured let's kick this conversation off this way by me officially publicly endorsing you both to become president and vice president of our great country.
That's
Thank you,
fantastic.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
I have friends
What the fuck?
who support Biden. I have
This dude's banging an Armenian chick. This dude's married to a fucking smoking hot Armenian chick. She's a singer. They got kids. I don't know if married's the right word, but he's like something to her.
friends.
Do you really have friends who support Biden?
I do.
Come
well,
on.
no. Here's what I do. I have friends. Thank you. That's a good check because that's important. This is important context.
They support the Democratic Party.
I have friends who are loyal to the party.
Yes.
So I figured let's kick this conversation off this way by me officially publicly endorsing you both to become president and vice president of our great country.
That's
Thank you,
fantastic.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
I have friends who
Wow. So I guess he's walking away from Biden now. Is that the? Sean Lenderman, he's a fucking liar. He supported voting for Biden in 2020. No steroid talk. I know he seems like a good dude to me too, but I mean that's like from the Instagram stream, and I like him because he's banging an Armenian chick, and I like it that he seems like he's into his kids. I like that. How come this thing doesn't work? How come I can't see the sponsors down below? What the fuck is going on? Okay, here we go. Dua Lipa is an Armenian singer from Miami. That's his chick? Yeah, Biden's wife should be ashamed of herself. I know. Renee K, it's actually extremely sad how Biden is being used as a puppet. I feel terrible watching him trying to talk. If his wife is in her right mind, she would be ashamed of herself for allowing this. Yeah, the other day I was debating with someone and they're like, but Biden's against, what did they say? Biden's against defund the police. I'm like, hold on a second. Hold on. Let's at least be honest if we're going to have the conversation and admit that like he's not for or against anything. It's like asking me, I mean, where did Jedidiah walk today? He didn't walk anywhere today. Let's be honest. Like his legs don't work. He rolled somewhere. Like there's no, he's not choosing shit like that. He's fucking busted upstairs. Yeah, that's okay. So The Rock. I wonder how he feels about porn in schools. You think he's for or against porn in schools? Where do you guys stand on the issue of pornography in the elementary school? You guys for it or against it?
How did we go from reading, writing, and arithmetic to this?
So we're so far from even making porn lit a requirement. But if you're asking what would I like to see done, I'd like to see pornography literacy be embedded and integrated in school environments, in middle school and high school. I would like to see parents unlearning all of the things that they have, been conditioned to believe around gender and sexuality and bodies, and agency, so that they can disrupt and be the generation of parents that creates and cultivates healthy, fully formed, fulfilled sexuality for their young people. And then those young people are getting sex ed so that they become, parents or the older generation of leaders that are continuing that sex positivity in our world.
Sex positivity and porn literacy.
But that's a huge cultural shift, and that's a big ask.
Is that pedophilia shit right there? Who would seventh graders, middle school? What grade is middle school? That's 6th, 7th, and 8th. Who would middle school? By the way, once again, let me just add this in there. So, and I say this with peace and love. There's no Republicans there. For all you Democrats out there, there are no Republicans who want porn literacy in school. Not one. That's your party. I know you're going to be like, well, you can't lump all of us into a big bunch. I'm just saying that, fine, I'll appease you on that. But all the weird shit is always coming from your side. Like the real weird shit. Like you're upset because people follow an imaginary God. You're okay. Okay, I hear you. That imaginary God has nowhere where he's condoning pedophilia. So I have so many questions. Why do you need middle schools age 11 to 13? Why are the Democrats interested? What about their ideology? What about their thought process makes them think that it's okay to introduce porn to kids or porn literacy? The only argument I could think of is this. This is the only one. I know you guys are going to be like, what the fuck, Sevan? You can think of one? Here's the only one. The most prevalent, I guess, subject matter out there in the world is sex and porn. Like, I guess the porn industry is bigger than video games and bigger than Hollywood movies. And so maybe you're trying to make them literate on it so because there's no way of stopping it, right? Like that was like the Just Say No to Drugs campaign. My pushback on you would be this. This Just Say No to Drugs campaign in the end introduced more kids to drugs, the data shows, than stopped kids from doing drugs. As a matter of fact, it didn't stop anyone from doing drugs. And so I'm not going to buy that argument. And then so that just brings us back to, why are you teaching people who aren't going to be having sex about this bizarre these bizarre sexual fucking films that we call porn? I mean, like God, what is wrong? What has happened? Sean Lenderman, pedophilia and rape culture come from a huge porn obsession. I don't know if that's true, but how about this? I'll go with this. Pedophilia and rape definitely are synonymous. Pedophilia is just the age component of rape. That's for sure. 100%. Kenneth Delap, here's the answer. Don't sexualize children. Clock. California just passed a law requiring that media literacy be taught K through 12. They're going to teach children to obey the regime. Yep, that's definitely what that is. God, did you see the guy in the Biden administration? Whoa, what's this? Augustus, kids in my school used to get suspended for watching porn on school computers. Now they're going to assign it as homework. Wow, that's crazy if you could watch porn on a school computer. We learned about sex and periods in the 5th grade. That was in 2001. I learned about sex and periods and that stuff in this like 8th grade, but it was so mild. It wasn't like it was taught like with procreation and sperm and eggs and shit like that. And maybe there was a little bit on venereal diseases just to scare the shit out of you. Yeah, Chris Biesterfield, jizz class. Oh, Audrey, 5th grade was also DARE. Wow. Please, please, please do not fucking keep these fucking, this whole Democrat thing is fucking crazy. It's crazy town banana pants. Want to go one more? Crazy town banana pants? Are we done? Oh, yeah, I remember that too, Kenneth. That sounds vaguely familiar. I remember having to have my parents' permission slip signed to attend sex ed. Hey, now they have the sex flag, the same sex genitalia flag in on schools, in classrooms. They just have it there. Dude, someone said Andrew Tate 2024. Tate's a douche. I saw him. Watch his most recent interview with Pierce Morgan. Boy, he fell from grace. Holy shit, he fell from grace. Man, oh man. What is this? Let me see this. What is this?
I hope to be the oldest member at CrossFit 845 someday, because I don't want to give up. I think that it has helped me so much physically and mentally. It's such a big part of what keeps me going day to day now, that not having it would not be a good thing. I think, when you're in a situation where you have, an illness, an underlying illness, and life throws you some curves, as you well know, with kids and what they go through. It just helps you stay steady and ready to deal with the day. No, you're going to be all choked up. I hope to be the oldest member at CrossFit.
I wonder what
845
happened to her.
someday.
There's got to be more to that story, right? But good on her, dude. Fuck, what a beast. What a beast.
Because I don't want to give up. I think that it has helped.
I wonder what she means. I don't want to give up. I wonder what her deal is. Let's see. Is this her? Let's see. Oh, she's private. Hey, Kim. Good job on the CrossFit. Good job. I had that title, Best CrossFit Commercial Ever. Yeah, CrossFit should pump that. Pump the shit out of that. Oh, there's Tranny Caleb again. Oh, what's this? We never talked about Dana White being on Gutfeld. Did anyone see that? That was pretty cool. I always like these. I love these. The old fake sneeze. Do you guys like the fake sneeze? God, the fake sneeze is so good.
I know you fucking lying.
God, why did you just do that?
You nasty fucking heifer, you. You're retarded. You just straight up retarded. You dumbass self won't sneeze on fucking body like that. You could have turned your head the other motherfucking way. I know you fucking lying.
God, why did you just do that?
How about her first response? I'm not even sure I understand that response, but I like it. I know you fucking lying. I don't even, but fuck, it's such a good response. God damn. I know she got sneezed on and her response was, I know you fucking lying.
You nasty fucking heifer, you. You're retarded.
Oh, I need that sound clip right there. You retarded.
You just straight up retarded.
You just straight up retarded. I need that. I need that for my show.
You dumbass self won't sneeze on fucking body like that. You could have turned your head the other motherfucking way. I know you fucking lying.
God, why did you just do that?
You nasty fucking heifer, you.
Oh my God, that would be a great line too. Jeez Louise.
You're retarded.
Oh, okay.
You just straight up retarded.
Okay, one
you
more.
Dumbass self won't sneeze on fucking body like that. You could have turned your head the other motherfucking way. I know you fucking lying.
God, why did you just
Is this real?
do that?
You nasty fucking heifer, you.
He called her a nasty fucking heifer. I think I know how to do this, guys. Hold on. Bear with me. Wait. No, not there. Okay, here. This one. I think I can when I move my mouth away from the mic like that, when I turn this way, can you guys hear me okay, or does it go down? Let me see. Smart pads. This one. Okay. Edit. God, I can't believe you guys listen to this show. Okay. There's got to be a way to record this. Megaphone. No. What? How do I do this? Record robot? Recorder? Oh, that's a voice. That's a voice disguise? Voice disguise? Is that How's that? Pitch up? No. Large robot? Oh, these are supposed to be. Oh, wait. What's going on here? Oh, those are sound effects. Oh, okay. Here we go. This one. Sound effects. No. Mixer triggered. I don't know how the fuck to do this. Sound. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay.
You're retarded. You just straight up retarded. You dumb ass self won't sneeze on fucking body like that. You could have.
Okay. I think I got it. Now tell me if you guys hear this. Ready? Oh, here. Save. So I just save it now, right? Check. Hit the check box. Okay, here we go.
You're retarded. You just straight up retarded. You dumb.
How was that? Did you guys hear that? Is that good? Is it too soft? Okay. I think I got it.
You're retarded. You just straight up retarded.
Now I just need to edit it a little bit. All right, I got it. Shit. You heard? Is it loud? Is it too soft? I'll work with it. Shit. Thank you. Someone get Beaver. All right. That's the kind of shit you won't see on a regular podcast. You might want to add this in your podcast. What? Oh, we already did that. All right, I think the show's done. Time to go play tennis. What is it? Oh, here we go. I don't know. I don't know what I should leave you guys with. I think it's recording it from your computer audio. I moved my microphone over there to the speaker, and I think I got it. Doesn't it sound good? Listen, I just have to edit it now. Let me see. Maybe I can even edit it like right here. Edit. To there, and then to here. Yeah, listen.
You're retarded. You just straight up retarded. You dumb ass self won't sneeze on fucking body like that. You could have.
That's better, right? How was that? Now that's you guys can say like, hey, I was there when Sevan found that sound clip.
You're retarded. You just straight up retarded. You dumb ass self won't sneeze on.
Oh, I got to cut all that out. Hold on. Okay. Here we go.
You're retarded. You just straight up retarded.
Yeah, good. Now I have that as a soundbite. There it is. I did it.
You're retarded. You just straight up retarded.
Is that bad that it sounds like it's in a tin can? Oh, it just doesn't sound as good as the video. If you screen record it, you should be able to clip it and add it as a bite. God, what are you, fucking 21? You know that kind of shit? Okay, I see what you're saying. Just like actually add it in there instead of doing some shitty ass recording. Like upload it to the Rodecaster. Do a screen record and upload it to the Rode. God damn it, Paulina. Audrey, Paulina's the real MVP. Oh shit. Who does the cooking in a lesbian relationship? No one. They both eat out. Damn, that's good. Yeah, upload it. Oh man, I don't even know how to do that. I have to Okay, fine.
You're retarded. You just straight up retarded.
That's why all these sound like shit, right?
What a stupid son of a bitch.
because I just recorded them straight from the computer like that. Look at Rambler like trying to get in some shit. Oh yes, just subclip it and then upload it as an MP4 and then transcode it to a WAV file. Yes. You shut up, Rambler. Oh, that's the first time I've had an outburst on Rambler. How about this one?
Economy in history. We closed it down because of the China plague. And he wants to close down he will shut it down again. He will destroy this country.
You can't fix the economy until you fix the COVID crisis. And he has no intention of doing anything about making it better for you all at home.
No, people want their schools open. They don't want to be shut down. They don't want their state shut down.
God, there's another one. He shut down our economy for 2 years. That's like recording a song that's playing on the radio from your phone. For the radio. You don't even know what a radio is. Oh, look at you laughing at your own shit. God damn it. That is pretty funny, though. Bruce Wayne, I'm changing out my mom's toilet. Keep the show going. Let me see. Oh no, not at all. Not at all. Andrew said he's gonna jump in. He can come in. I wanted to what's going on in New York? You're talking about someone said you should talk about what's going on in New York. You're talking about like the immigration shit. Like I'll type in New York into Google and just hit news. Excuse me. I don't see anything. New York Rangers. Oh, maybe I'll type in New York City. Pro-Palestinian protesters deface front of New York City's public library in Midtown Manhattan. The Ultimate Guide. You mean that kind of crazy shit? Mayor Eric Adam rips vile show of anti-Semitism at New York City school where radicalized riot forced pro-Israeli teacher to hide. Oh, God. God, Democrats are so retarded. Why are they so retarded? I know why. I used to be one. I know why. Oh, shit. You can't get in anymore? What the fuck is going on, Andrew? Why can't you get in anymore? What happened? How can we fix that? Why can't you get in? Yeah, my wife just texted me the biggest stoners in her school wear Dare shirts. Yeah, the whole thing was a joke. Oh, hold on. Hey, what's up? Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll totally do. I'd love to do that. Yeah, totally. I I just have to be back here like on the 9th or something because I'm going to Newport. Yeah. I love that. Hey, I'm wrapping up my podcast. Can I call you when I'm done? Dude, I'm so excited. I would love that. How is it there? Is it awesome? Okay. I love you. I'll call you when I'll call you when I'm done. Okay, bye. But I'm going to Scottsdale.
Cool.
Hi. Hey, I want to fix this thing why you can't run the back end right now. What do I have to do that?
I got a computer and it's time me out of StreamYard, so I just need to log in, and then Sousa or somebody's got to respond to an email. Because when you try to log into StreamYard, it emails. And
I wonder if I have access to that email. It's the Sevan Podcast email, right?
Right.
How do I I go to settings. No, here. No, here. Switch accounts.
Should I log out and try to sign in?
Sure. I have the Sevan Podcast. I have access to the Sevan Podcast email. I just switched to it.
Okay. You sure you want to do this?
Yeah. And
All
something's wrong with your mic too, just so you know. Your audio is all fucked up.
I'll fix that too.
You're
Okay.
retarded. You're just straight up retarded.
All right. I'll be right back. Check your email.
Okay. Fuck, just doing house cleaning with you guys on. This isn't even Cave Dasher. This is where you're supposed to write a professional podcast, right? This is the kind of shit David Weed lives for. Where are you guys? My goodness. Dude, I am stoked. I wonder if I screwed that up. I better call my wife and ask her if that's okay. Before I make plans. This is why we can't paywall this show. Because it's not professional enough to paywall it. Oh, okay. I see it. I see the code, Hiller.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Do we have anything going on between now and Newport? Like anything?
Like
can
plan?
we leave, can
Big
we leave
plan?
town? Yeah. Do we have any plans or anything? Like tournaments or
I teach. That would be the only
your job?
thing. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's not important.
But why? Why?
Because
That's
Greg
not
just called
important.
me and was like, said that we could come back to Scottsdale with him, the whole family.
Oh,
You're
wow.
in, Hiller. All right.
Oh, but wait. Nick texted me. He said that he wanted to come visit. I wonder why he didn't. Yeah.
Nick text you?
I wonder. Yeah, Santa Barbara Nick.
Yeah, I know who the fuck Nick is.
Oh, I know Nick.
I wonder why he didn't include you though. He said I'd love to come visit if you guys are around.
Ah, well, what did
Do
you
you
say?
want me to add you to the thread?
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you.
I haven't responded. Okay, I'll just add you.
All right, you're a good girl.
Okay. Bye. When would we go to Scottsdale? Hi, Hiller.
Oh, we'll
Hey,
wait.
Haley.
Oh, we'll wait till Nick swings by.
Oh, maybe he can come with.
Yeah, totally. That sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Love you.
I love you too. You don't love me.
Bye.
You just love my dog style. She's
Hey,
joking.
dude, how funny is it that all these people know who Nick is?
I know. That's why she said it.
Oh, that's even better. How was the show?
Oh, it was good. Jedidiah is awesome. He's
Yeah.
easy. Yeah. I hope it was exciting and kept people's attention. It's good. It was good stuff. It's good stuff. I like the thing. It's crazy. The fact is that the no one's gonna get off their ass to go watch the adaptive events. But if you did get off your ass and watch the adaptive events, you'd be stoked. Like if you went there, like anyone who goes there is gonna be like, holy shit. Especially the dudes with missing parts. You know what I mean?
Why would no one get off their ass to go watch it? What do you mean?
Because you're just not. It's like I don't know. I mean, I'm projecting, but it's like car racing. Like I would never fucking go watch car racing, but I'm sure if I went there, I'd be like, wow, this is gnarly.
Like indie racing? You know,
To
that's huge.
any kind, you know, just where they go around the track fast and you're just up there. Horse racing the same way. I guess some people do. Horse racing the same way. I would never go watch horse racing, but the one time I went and watched it, I was like, fuck, this is crazy.
Speaking of stuff worth watching, can I show you something?
I just feel like adaptive falls into that. Like you're gonna go there and you're gonna be stoked you went, but like you're not. How the fuck are you gonna convince people to go there and watch a dude with one arm lift? But once you saw it, you'd be like, it will change your life a little bit, shift you a little bit.
I was watching them at Wadapalooza. They had their own stage. I thought it was fun to watch.
And it's good, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you see some of the shit and you're like, fuck, how'd that guy do that?
All right, you ready for this?
That jump rope they use, I like all that stuff. Yeah,
Because you said no one's going to get off their ass and watch this. And the other day, I found the most incredible thing that so many people are going to start watching. It's it's called Rednecks with Paychecks, and they take their kids' old Jeep convertible things and they drive them down this hill.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
And then they got to cross the finish line. So the only goal is to get this thing across the finish line. So no matter how hard they wipe out, they all get back on it and they cross the finish line. But this is how it starts.
Oh,
some of them make it too.
Why would you risk breaking your neck for something like that?
Look at all the people watching though, dude.
Hey, dude, if you could run down the street naked and get that many people watching you.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that guy just picked it up and ran with it.
Yeah, so I'm on this roll of watching things like the marble racing that I want to see why people watch it.
Yeah, I like. Wow, you're deep into research.
This is research, right?
Yeah, totally.
It's pretty interesting though. This guy just So this one's got 3.2 million views.
Hey, what's the trick there? Keep your weight in the back. I noticed the guys who are doing well are like leaning way back.
The best people I've seen do it hang off the back of it. Like that guy got wrecked.
So that guy who made that guy before him was the first guy we saw make it all the way to the bottom.
So
your car's one and done, basically. Your car's one and done.
Yeah, I don't.
No, look at sleeveless hole with a wife beater.
And the name of the channel is just too good. It's Rednecks with Paychecks.
Wow,
it's so funny. Like this guy could do decent. Yep. See how he kind of gets his weight and he made it.
He even throws his hands up at the end. Yeah, that was baller.
Yeah,
I could see Rich Froning. I could see Rich Froning pivoting to that.
A redneck with a big paycheck.
Hey, that's someone wrote that's what happened to Jedidiah.
Oh no, that's what Jedidiah used to do.
Fuck.
Yeah, he made it down the hill a bunch. It only takes one time to really mess yourself up doing that. At least that's what it looks like.
I wonder if I can get back to my other email account now. Oh yeah, switch back to okay, cool.
The best thing about having the back end access is I can see how many people are watching, because you can't see that when you're a guest.
Oh, you can't.
Mm-hmm. You bring up comments, and I can easily throw stuff on the screen.
Yeah, I like it that you can bring up comments and throw stuff on the screen. You're good at that. Oh, I did talk about this, by the way. NYPD scrapped the next police department academy classes, and they cut the budget by 132 million. Yeah, thank you for who's sending me that. Yeah, New York City's in trouble. I talked about that a couple shows back. They cut their police department by they're going to cut it by 29,000 officers. They're in trouble. New York City. If you live there, it's time to get out for a little bit.
So the city, not New York, the state.
The city. I know it's crazy. The city has like 58,000 police officers or something.
Okay, that was my next question. So it's like half. Is that exactly half? That's exactly half.
Yeah, basically I think they're gonna cut it in half. Basically, it's I think I just saw it's the largest police department in the United States or something like that.
Why are they getting rid of half of them?
They have 36,000 sworn police officers, and then I think another like 20,000 like non-police officers. They got budget. Oh, because they had this. They're a sanctuary city, meaning like 2 years ago. There's some great videos out there, but 2 years ago, the governor and the mayor are like, hey, basically fuck Trump and all immigrants are welcome to our city. Well, then Biden became president and they've left the border open for the last couple of years. And now there's 142,000 immigrants in New York City because it's a sanctuary city, which is there's some sort of benefits if you're an illegal alien in the United States to live in sanctuary cities. And now they're in a fucking panic and they're like, we don't want any more fucking immigrants. It's crazy. They completely flipped the script. Once again, there's no Republicans doing that. You don't have a country if you don't have borders. Like we have to, like you're not a dude if you don't have a penis. You're not a I don't know. I was gonna say you're not an elephant if you don't have a trunk. That's not true. You could chop the trunk off an elephant and still be an elephant.
You're not a rhino without a horn. Like
yeah, I don't know if that's true either. But you feel you're not a car if you're a fucking airplane. I don't know. I ran out of fucking good examples. Yeah, the next 5 class. Imagine. So let's say for the next 5 classes at the police, there's a police academy that cities have that are just running. You know, we've had police officers on the show. So you take the police academy for 9 months and then you get out and you're a police officer in that city. Well, the next 5 classes, they've gotten rid of.
I didn't know that they had classes of police officers.
Yeah, class like high school classes. Yeah. So like,
Is Joe a police officer? Joe Westerland? Isn't he a?
No, he was almost a cop. His wife's a cop. I think Joe is almost a cop.
You had him on not long ago, right, Joe?
Yeah, with Greg. Jethro, remember he talked about that? He was he jumped into a police. I don't know if you saw yesterday's show.
I did, yeah.
He jumped into a class, a police academy class. They pay you for 7 months to go through the schooling.
32,000, he said.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Look at you. You're like, fuck you. I remember.
I like to prove it.
Yeah.
I like to prove that I was there. This would be a good segment.
You're not a CrossFitter if.
You're not a CrossFitter if you eat sugar. You're not a CrossFitter if you drink alcohol.
My brother's a cop.
I really like Tank's.
Oh my God. Is that how Jay Hartle says that's almost 4 years of no new cops? Why are there only 2 academies a year in New York? Is that I wonder how often they do an academy in New York.
So what are all the cops going to go do? Although they used to be cops because they got rid of half of them.
Well,
OnlyFans?
How they're going to get rid of most of them is they're going to be put out to pasture without bringing in new ones. So I don't think necessarily they're going to fire them. They're just going to let their careers run out. Do you know what I mean? And probably encourage people to retire and shit like that. I think that's the plan. Jay Hartle says every 6 to 9 months they probably have an academy class.
What do you think the end game in that is?
Well, that city's gone through cycles. That city has been horribly dangerous before.
New York City?
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie Escape from New York? I think Patrick Swayze's in it.
No, but it sounds like it'd be great.
Dude, it's crazy. And there's no Escape from New York. It was like one of the darkest movies when I was a kid. Like kids weren't allowed to see it. Oh, it's Kurt Russell.
Even better.
And it looks like there's this. Wow.
I really like Kurt Russell.
God, look, you want to see what I'm going to look like when I'm fucking in 20 years?
A younger Kurt Russell?
Look at this, Harry Dean Stanton.
Man.
This dude right here, Jesus criminy. Look at this guy.
He's so thin.
Dude, that's me in 20 years. That's me if I get AIDS.
That's you if you actually get down to 135 like you've always wanted.
Look at that. Isn't that me? Look at that guy.
Put glasses on him and maybe. I think you're a little too tan for him.
Holy shit.
Your natural skin tone's too dark.
Harry Dean.
That's a fake name.
You think he's really Armenian? With that nose, he's not a fucking Stanton.
Oh, I thought Dean was his last name. Harry Stanton might be his real name.
I don't know. I think you're right. I think you nailed it. There's no fucking way.
You look like Val Kilmer. Jake Chapman says you look like Val Kilmer now. That's an insult, I'm pretty sure. And
yeah, it is. It is. Fuck off. Escape from New York, directed by John Carpenter. Oh yeah, so it was a scary.
You know what else John Carpenter produced?
What? He did scary movies, right?
The Halloween movie.
Yeah. Oh, the future of New York City is a prison.
Careful with playing this. You'll get your whole show dinged.
Oh, playing this trailer?
Yeah.
No shit. How am I supposed to promote shit if they won't let me play it?
Great question.
Trailers, they should just let you play.
I agree, but they won't.
There's only one rule. This is the future of New York. Answer your question. What do you think the rule is? Here it is. Once you go in, you don't come out.
This is going to be something I watch, I think.
Hey, dude, there's no dialogue in this.
That's probably even better.
I'm not joking. I remember it. I think there was someone talked once in it.
That's awesome.
Oh, that might be
it. Damn it, Kurt, you ruined it.
Life sentence. Why are we talking? I have a deal for you.
Oh, why are we talking?
A small jet went down inside New York City. The president was on board. You go in, find the president, bring him out, and you're a free man.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
That they're talking so much.
No, that was the premise of the movie, that he goes in and saves the president.
How long ago did you see it?
It came out in 81. I probably saw it in 81.
Kurt Russell's the man.
I was probably 9 years old or some shit. I probably watched this at a friend's. While kids today are like sneaking porn, I probably sneak this.
That's why you are the way you are.
Yeah. Just happy with some missionary and doggy style. I'm chill. I never touch an anus. I never touch anyone else's anus.
This
Oh,
is what you
great.
look like?
Oh, great. Criminy.
Yeah, this is how I know my Val Kilmer.
That's yeah.
Bruce Wayne.
There's
another movie that Nicolas Cage is in where he doesn't talk. It's really good, but you would hate it. And I don't. The other day you said you were watching that Matt Rife video.
Yeah.
And I told you that I'd watched it. I think you mistook it for me saying that it was good, and it wasn't
Well,
good.
Miss Ridow also told me to watch it. She said it was good after the 45-minute mark. It's horrible, dude. It's horrible. He sucks, dude.
Well, the thing is, he keeps at the end of it. You watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
He goes, I only do crowd work, and he kind of makes it like a jab at the audience. But really, the whole thing sucked because he doesn't do any crowd work, and that's what he does in all of his Instagram clips. And
Yeah,
that's
the
what makes
Instagram
it good.
clips are great, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's because he plays off what people say to him, which I think is harder.
Crowd work?
I'd say it's harder.
Yeah,
'cause
I think it's harder too.
yeah.
Basically, you're just improving and fighting with the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you do with the comments section, if you ask me.
Yeah. I always feel it's kind of lazy to read the comments.
Like how you were picking on Dan Guerrero yesterday.
Oh yeah. Dan had it coming.
How come?
I went easy on Dan. I don't even remember, but I thoroughly enjoyed ass pound. Actually, sometimes I feel a little bad ass pounding him. I was getting ready to fucking ass pound Iota today, and fucking Melissa Odier and all these people who were like, agreeing with him.
For what?
Because I was saying I can't imagine like packing up my family and going to fucking Spain. And they're like, oh, but you can imagine telling Palestinians to fucking leave their country. It's like, listen, you motherfuckers.
Hey, man, I don't know why they'd fucking stay there.
Well, in Pakistan? No, I don't know why they're there either. They're stuck. It's the largest open air prison in the world that has skyscrapers. Yeah, it's the largest prison that has skyscrapers. Yeah, it's the only prison that has skyscrapers.
Would you leave?
Gaza was supposed to be like the next. Gaza was supposed to be like the next. It was supposed to be like Singapore in 2005. By the way, there were a lot of Jews there that were pushed out of Gaza in 2005. A shitload. You never hear anyone talk about that.
Would you leave California if it was all fucked up and dangerous?
Dude, in a second.
There you go. Tank says, Hillary, they cannot go. Why can't they go anywhere? What does that mean?
Oh, they can't, because they're saying that there's only one way out. They're
which
saying that
which way is that?
There's an exit. Listen. They're bordered with Egypt.
I'm okay if I'm dumb. I don't know shit.
Yeah, no, you're not dumb. No, you're not dumb.
I just don't know.
No, listen. Tank says that because that's
to me. I'm just like, hey, if all of Illinois is blowing up and I don't got anything, I'd start walking.
Oh, but you can't get out. They won't let you out. You can't get out. They won't let you out.
Is there a border? Like guns on the border?
There's a giant fence. You can't get out.
You got bolt cutters?
Dude, you can for sure get out. Hey, dude, you can at least go to the border with Egypt and start making your way out. That's what I'd do.
Borders are huge. There's got to be a hole.
Oh, for sure. For sure. We can hire their border guy, of course.
You ever seen the Green Mile? Doesn't the guy dig a hole out of jail?
It's as dumb as people calling it a genocide. When they could have already killed everyone in Gaza 10 times over, and they haven't. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I got nothing. I just said.
Oh, you were gonna say, did I ever see something?
The Green Mile. That dude digs a hole out of jail, right?
Oh yeah.
Like,
no, that's not the Green Mile. That's
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shawshank. You want to know something I noticed the other day?
What?
Justin Medeiros puts a video up.
Here we go.
And he only says like in it. 50 times.
So down from 863 to 50.
Granted, it's 1/3 the length of the video, but still, it's relatively much less.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that's his personal discipline, or do you think that the editor did that?
I think it was him. Because I was thinking about it, like, were they cutting things out? I don't think they were cutting things out.
You think
And it was a different style of video. It wasn't a podcast.
You think he should send you a thank you letter?
Oh, absolutely not.
No, like a hey, dear Andrew. After watching your critiquing my speaking skills, I've realized that I can do better saying fewer likes. It's like when someone when I first started this show, I used to always say Jesus Christ. And then some people were like, hey, could you not say that? I was like, you know what? I think that would make me better if I didn't say that.
And there's another one too.
I don't say libtard or badussy. I try not to.
Right.
That's for my mom. That's for my mom.
But you should get a swear jar. That would be such a funny ad to the show. If you had a jar there, and, like you had 2 jars and you're just doing this the whole time. It'd be so funny.
Hey, I panicked because you and Pedro launched your membership programs.
Did you make one?
We've had one made for a while, but we just haven't launched it. Will made it for us. But now I'm concerned that since you guys launched before us, that everyone's already given all their money to you. I told Susan that. I said, we fucked up.
Well, the thing that's different about
money to Hillary.
I don't go live really ever anymore.
What?
So on the live shows, it's cool because if Rambler were a member, he differentiates himself consistently. You know how you always have the people who spend money?
Yeah.
And then you pull them up. So Rambler that says Haley Adams coach, this comment right here, he would just pop up and it'd be colored and there'd be a little icon next to his name for how long he's been a member for. And on a show where you're doing it live every day, it makes a big deal.
Hold on a second. You got distracted. Why did you pull up that quote that Rambler made? Or that sentence doesn't even make sense, does it?
I think that was the point. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, okay.
Because when Haley Murillo was on Pedro's podcast, she said like a bunch. She took it like a champ. I made that clip of it on Instagram, and she thought I think she reposted it.
Murillo did?
Yeah, she's cool though.
She is cool.
She's very cool.
Her husband's cool.
I did a workout against him at Crash. Josh.
Oh, how did that go?
He beat me. Oh. He's in great shape.
Great shape.
It was the hundreds workout that they had at Crucible. Remember that thing with the toaster bar?
Oh, right. You did that there with him, like afterwards?
Before everyone did it.
Oh, he's him and her are like fitness instructors to the stars. Like if you were like a Marvel person and you needed to get in shape, like you go to those. They tighten up your diet and they make you a badass.
Now the thing about that,
yeah.
Have you seen any of those people who are the trainers to the stars? Have you seen the shit that they have their clients, the actors, whomever do?
CrossFit and keto?
I'd say things close to that. They
Yeah.
try to get close to keto and they try to get close to CrossFit, but it ends up being. Someone tried to ask me what F45 was the other day, and the only way I could imagine is just like, you know what CrossFit is, and it looks like they're trying to do CrossFit. That's the only way that I could imagine explaining F45. How would you explain it? What F45 is?
Yeah, I would say it's CrossFit without without a lot of the technical stuff and without the community and without the diet. But I don't really know, to be honest with you.
Don't go heavy.
Yeah, I actually have no idea what F45 is, to be honest. Like I've
I
never.
know the championships are a series of 1 minute things for 45 minutes.
Oh. Hey,
Different moments.
so I'll tell you a story. You'll like this story. It's about F45. Yesterday, I went to my kid's birthday party at the park, and then afterwards, the party, my kids' jiu-jitsu instructors were there. 2 of them, their MMA instructor and their jiu-jitsu instructor were there, a boy and a girl, and they came back to our house just to hang out. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to work out. And the jiu-jitsu instructor, one of them said, "Hey, can I work out with you?" I said, "Sure." I said, "Hey, I'm just doing an old man workout. It's like nothing. I'm just going to ride the assault bike for a minute and then probably do front squats with a 40-pound D-ball or something for 10. And we'll just go back and forth and we'll do that for 20 minutes, right? So we each get 10 rounds of each." So then the female, the MMA coach says, "Hey, I want to work out too." So I'm like, "Okay, we'll add another movement. So now it'll be a minute on the assault bike, 10 front squats, and a minute of jump roping, because you can go right out on my, you know where my skateboard ramp is, where you worked on my body, where you rubbed on me.
Yeah.
Where we sat in the sun with our shirts off and you rubbed on me.
Yeah.
So we did jump roping out there. And then my wife's like, "Fuck it, I'll come out there and I'll do something."
Now you got 4.
Now you got 4 now. It's gone from a 20-minute workout to a 40-minute workout. And what we did with her, with what I added with her is go on the air runner backwards. But walk or run, but try to go in an athletic stance. You know what I mean? Like shift, southpaw, traditional, like do some work on there. You know what I mean? But all backwards work, right?
Right.
And it became a fucking 40-minute workout. I did single unders. My wife did double unders. I got about 130 every round of single unders. I made sure I got minimum. I got minimum 10. I did 10 to 17 calories on the assault bike every minute. I did 10 front squats. The only time.
Wait, did you say 10 to 17?
Yeah.
17's a bunch in a minute.
Yeah, and it's actually less because you only get 50 seconds. Yeah, the last round I did 17.
So
you're
telling me some rounds you were hurting bad, or you weren't trying, or what? Or you're
Yeah, I was just hurting. I was just regulating. It's 40 minutes. You know what I mean? I was regulating up and down, fooling around, resting. Same with
why didn't you just go for 15 every round? Why were some 10 and some 17?
Oh, I don't know. Should I do that?
I don't know if "should" is the word I would use, but it would just be what I would do.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
If you get 40 minutes, I would try to hit a number every time.
I always thought that I always look at RPM. So I was like, "Hey, you should be able to keep this at 60 RPMs the whole time. You're only on it for 1 minute every 4 rounds. Like, don't be a pussy." So I did that.
17 calories in 50 seconds. You'd have to be going 73 RPM on the assault bike.
Yeah.
And you were doing that on some rounds?
No, but on the last, I don't think so. But on the last round, I did get it from, I know for a fact, because I was kind of disappointed. I got it from 353 to 370.
Adam Blakesley says 74 RPM.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
Maybe your math was a little off because you were so gassed.
No, no, because you can, if you stay at 60, you get 12. Easy.
Right. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't need to get that extra 5. You don't need, well, it was for 50 seconds.
Did you buy anything on Black Friday?
I did. What did I buy? Yes, I did. Yes.
Do you care to share?
And I knew what I was going to buy weeks before.
Oh, the one wheel.
Yeah.
Your kids don't watch the show, do they? Is it a surprise?
No, they know. It's in the garage and set up. As soon as we get off, we're going to go ride them. They came
like pounded on the door.
They came late last night.
I asked that because you were talking about the assault bike, and I saw that those things were crazy cheap.
You don't want to know how much it ended up being.
Probably 3,000.
I got 2 of them. The next level is how fast you got it to 74. Listen.
How fast you got the bike up to 74?
Yeah.
How high do you ramp up?
It's really easy for me to get it to 70, like, 'cause I'm sure it is for most people. After that, though, I have to be careful. Like, I literally have to be careful. If I just get on that and pedal as fast as I can, my back will go out. Like, I have to, when I go from 70 to 80, I have to concentrate so that my shit does. Like, I can't do that shit where people are getting, just maniac on it. I can't do that.
I've seen it. You're pretty stationary. You don't move.
No.
You assault bike.
No, I don't fucking do the fucking Pat Barber, Chris Spieler wobble bobblehead. I don't do that. Oh, I just got dizzy. I don't do that.
If you went 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off for 10 minutes, what is your total calories at the end of that? 5 minutes of work.
I tried that workout because Souza said some dude did it at his gym for 30.
Yeah, but he did it for 30 minutes. There's a part of that that's just like 30 minutes of assault bike.
Yeah.
But for 10 minutes, that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyone can do that. I'm curious how many calories you get.
Mike McCaskey, for someone who's not on steroids and doesn't do performing enhancing drugs, I guarantee you I'm in the 1% of 1% for 51-year-olds. So you can eat big, fat, juicy cockola. I know I'm reading into what you wrote a little bit, but I'm comfortable with it. Son of a bitch. He's all juiced up and fucking critiquing me.
Hey, you're all peptided up at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're natural again now, though. That stuff's all out of your
No, I
system.
started again last night. You want to hear a crazy story? You're going to fucking hate me for this one, too.
The way you probably mixed that shit.
Dude. So last night I had some old peptides.
Fuck, dude. I already don't like the story.
I had a
problem in my fucking car, dude.
I haven't used peptides like in 3 months, and I had this old bottle, and I can't do masters. I can't even fucking do half those fucking movements without snapping in half. I can't fucking go crazy fucking intense.
We got to figure you out. That upsets me. Every time you say your back is
No,
broken
it's just
or
hard
you
getting
avoid
old.
things.
It's
Or,
okay, I accept it. I'm good.
you know how many old people I know that aren't busted like that?
That's okay, but they didn't jump off a roof and break their back. They don't got like some.
Did
of
you do that?
Yeah, I jumped off a roof and broke my back.
My dad jumped off a roof and broke his face. You don't see him talking about it.
Yeah, I seen your dad.
I'm the only one who talks about it. It'd be like if Haley was the only one who's like, no, don't hurt your back. And you say, I'm fine.
Listen, this morning I was in the shower and I had I just out of nowhere, electricity came through me and I had to like drop to one knee.
Is it the one that goes down your leg? Is that the sciatica?
No, no, I don't have sciatica. I just have this other weird thing. Anyway, I don't care. I'm fine with it.
Did you really go down, like straight down in the tub?
Yeah, no, I was in the shower. I took a knee. I was like, ooh, that was weird.
Have you ever heard anyone fall down in the shower and you like they're not supposed to be falling down? It's loud.
No, that would be scary.
It's always scary because there's like usually glass. You just don't fall into the glass. Anyway, what's this old peptide thing you were going to tell me about?
So basically, yesterday I started peptides again. So I mixed the CJC 1295. I mixed the BPC. Those are the two I'm going to do. And there were two leftover bottles, one of like TB 500 and then one of this stuff called NAD. And I sucked them up into an insulin needle, both jars, emptied both jars and filled the insulin needle completely, dude, like to the 60 mark or whatever.
Yeah, I hate you already.
And I just I jabbed it into my stomach and pumped the whole fucking thing in there. And dude,
I feel great.
Dude, for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I was like a little short of breath and I was flush. I Googled, can you OD on peptides?
Were they in your fridge?
Yeah, they're in my fridge.
All right, that's okay. So if at the very worst, it would just kind of be water at that point, I suppose. How old are they?
3 months, 4 months.
They might still be decent.
Yeah.
And really, they kind of just lose their, I think the word is efficacy.
That's what I thought. I thought basically I was just shooting water in there. Thought I was water.
So they're just not as potent as they once were. So maybe what you did was the right thing. But generally, you're not supposed to mix water solutions.
Oh. Really? You're not supposed to mix your peptides? You're supposed to use separate needles for each jar? Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So like when Alexis does all of her peptide shots, she uses 4 needles a day. She's all fucking peptided out. It's nuts.
I'll say it again.
Her stomach looks like a pincushion.
I love how Sevan won't take SARMs, but you'll gladly take peptides. I don't even think those are in the same world, dude.
They're not in the same world because the SARMs tank would mess with his natural testosterone, depending on the one you take.
Yeah.
And the thing is, once you stop taking the SARMs, you'd feel like shit.
Yeah, I didn't feel anything when I stopped taking the peptides. Nothing, zero. I felt great.
I always tell you, I kind of compare things to caffeine, right?
Hold on 1 second. Are you on the show? I gotta pee.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Which I talk about. Here's what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is this is what I did this morning, guys. Let's see if I can pull this up. Sweet. He's going to come in and be like, what are you showing them? What is this? Share screen. Entire screen. Screen 2. Boom. Check this out. Nuts, right?
That was too big.
Calves. They're jacked. What do you guys think of these calves? This is my friend Allie. And every day I've been doing 100 calf raises. So today I made her do 100 calf raises with me. And she's got crazy legs. Her quads are crazy. But then I realized that her calves are crazy too. And then somewhere around here, I told her that she's got to stretch out on the bottom. A big stretch on the bottom of the calf raise, and then big squeeze the top of the calf raise. Yeah, they're nuts. What do you think? What do you think of these calves, Sevan?
You're asking the wrong person. I have such nice calves.
You do have nice calves.
I have such nice calves.
But the thing that's crazy about this,
they're nice. I mean, I don't think the person works out. Do they work out?
Oh, she works out.
Is there some games at them?
No, this is my friend Allie. Here, I'll show you another video, and then that'll change your perspective of whether or not she works out.
Yeah. I mean, look at Dave. Dave's amazing at double unders and running, and he has no calves.
Right.
0.
Let's see. Somewhere in here, you'll see it. Perfect. She's going to be like, you showed what on the show? I go, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's jacked. Yeah.
Yeah, she's super jacked. She's got crazy quads on the slow-mo. Yeah, she's jacked.
God damn. You know what I did notice with her calves, though? She has perfect skin.
She
Yeah.
does.
And her calves look great from this angle. Yeah.
Yeah, she's super jacked.
Yeah. She looks great.
She wears her Apple Watch on her ankle.
Oh, that's an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
How come?
Because when we were doing something with grips earlier, and when you put grips on with an Apple Watch, it presses this button, and it messes everything up, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. Yeah, she's absolutely right. I hate that too. It is annoying. Oh, I don't even know what NAD does. Rambler said, Sevan, I take NAD too. Sarah sent me 2 bottles of it like 6 months ago or 3 months ago. So I just dumped it in the old.
Yeah, peptides. Give me 2 seconds. I'm on it. I do like having the back end again. It adds a layer to the show for me.
What does?
Having the back end.
Oh, good.
Because it keeps my brain going on something else. I like having it going on multiple things.
And it frees me up.
Experience the extraordinary benefits of NAD Plus peptide, a cutting-edge compound designed to elevate cellular health and boost energy production. With NAD Plus, you can enjoy the following benefits: enhanced cellular energy, cellular repair and regeneration, increased metabolic efficiency, neuroprotective effects,
Well,
DNA integrity maintenance. Go ahead.
I was taking that and the CJC and the BPC during that 20-day cycle like 3 months ago, and that's when I started doing power cleans again.
Oh.
And squat cleans.
Because of your bicep, right?
Well, my bicep, but also like, I don't know why, just all of a sudden I was like, because I'd stopped doing kind of explosive movements. Except I would do them with the dumbbell because it gave me more room to kind of wiggle and to get into good positions where I felt like it didn't hurt me. But I started doing them with the barbell again, and it felt great.
This is the one that I always like to look at. And when things are anti-inflammatory, I'm a big fan of them.
Have you taken the curcumin peptide?
No, but Alexis has.
Yeah, I've heard great things about it.
Are you on that too?
No, but I am going to take. So last time I did the CJC peptide, I did it for 1 month or 20 days. This time I'm going to do it for 60 days. I'm going to do 3 bottles.
Curcumin. You're going to do it for 2 months, you said?
60 days, whatever 60 days. Yeah, 2 months.
Like
you know what I mean? I'm not going to take a break. Last time I did 1 bottle and then I took a break. And I didn't really notice. I wasn't like, if I were to say some things, I think I put on some weight. I think maybe I noticed something happened in my traps, but definitely I felt more aggressive. When
you say in your traps, you mean like they kind of gave you that poofed up look?
Yeah, I felt like all of a sudden like I could see them more. But that could also be that I just leaned out. Even though I put on weight, maybe I leaned out. Like my.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I don't care. Here's the thing. I don't give a fuck about anything except being able to move well, and I really just don't like the fact that when I look like
it's another one.
What's it called? A muffin.
A muffin?
Yeah, I just eat too much. That's my whole thing. Like when someone's like, don't eat like an asshole, I'm like, that's me.
What's your thing that usually turns you off? Like, what do you eat that turns you into an asshole?
Nuts.
Dude.
Nuts and dry fruit.
The thing is, it's part of fitness in 100 words. It legit says nuts.
I know.
But if you eat a lot of them, it's easy to eat 1,000 calories in nuts.
Very easily. I have a, especially now that they have these
pistachios.
Pistachios are in. Yeah. I went.
Did you get those after I told you about them from Costco?
I don't remember what got me started, but I used to do macadamia nuts.
Alexis likes those. What do you like macadamia nuts? They're bland.
Love macadamia nuts. But then I found these pistachios that don't have any oil or salt on them. They're just, I don't think, well, maybe they have salt. I don't know, but they don't have any oil on them.
What's wrong with salt?
Nothing really. Not for people like us who work out.
Good
That
call.
40-minute workout yesterday was amazing. Oh, so I would call that workout CrossFit. That was my whole point.
You said it. Yeah. Okay. Why would you call it CrossFit?
I don't know.
Because you're working out with a bunch of people.
Are you sure? Yeah. Well, you know what it is? I did push really hard because there were people there.
Because it wasn't just you.
And they were young and in shape people. These were like, one of the girls, a professional athlete. She's a professional fighter.
Because you said on the show yesterday or the day before something about people saying they're CrossFitters. And then you go, whatever Hiller said. It's whether or not the person says they're doing CrossFit. And I'm wondering if that is the biggest thing, whether or not they're working out with people.
You're not doing CrossFit if you're fucking going to the gym with your homies. And I'm not taking a dig at this. This is fun. But if you guys are just going there and doing a chest and tries day, you're not doing CrossFit. And you're just talking and working out. I like that. It's fun. It's cool. You're getting fit. You're getting strong.
So if you want to bounce off what Dave said about that.
That's not CrossFit.
Where he said the guy doing Murph every day would be doing a poor expression of CrossFit, I think were his words.
Yeah.
So if you do chest and triceps on one day, ran the next day, a heavy deadlift on the next day, a 3-mile run on the next day, how about then? Are you doing CrossFit? If on that following day, maybe it's back and biceps. So on the borders, you put chest, triceps, back, and biceps. In the middle, you did all the. What do you think about that person?
I think I don't know if you're doing CrossFit, but you're a CrossFitter. I think if you do CrossFit once or twice a week, you're a CrossFitter.
I'm down with that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
I was listening to Froning on Bear Hamlin. Did you listen to that?
No.
Froning was on the Born Primitive podcast with Bear.
Yeah. I did listen to him on Talking Elite Fitness.
And? Wait. You mean the Lone Ranger podcast?
Thank you. I did listen to him on the Lone Ranger podcast. It wasn't bad.
I feel as if I listened to that twice for some reason. You ever have that? It was the Inception feeling or deja vu. Because I listened to it and then I felt like I had already seen it. It was so weird. But then that's not a good thing. And what I mean by that is, how many times can you ask Tia Toomey about her baby? I'm not trying to, but how many times can you ask Rich Froning about what it's like to hunt a bear?
Right.
He's already done that. You've heard him talk about the bear. You've heard him talk about retirement. You've heard him talk about
they didn't even talk about the bear, did they?
Well, that was an example, but at this point, it was just like a recent thing.
But they
did. Oh, we got Froning on. Let's talk about the bear again. Like, no, we finished the bear. What's new?
I know, but let me just go take this in a different direction. They didn't talk about the bear, right?
I don't think so. No. Are you saying they should have talked about the bear?
Of course. Fucking of course.
Okay. Why?
Because it's like it's exciting. It's what's relevant. It's like it would be like if I had what's his name on what's the guy I just had on Mr. Snelson on, and I didn't ask him about wheel WOD, or I didn't ask him about the games now being separate, the games adaptive being separate from games. It's like those are huge relevant things. That bear thing is like the biggest thing that's happened in Rich's life since Leadville.
Leadville.
Leadbetter.
I thought you were going to say since 2014, and that would have
that too, motherfucker. That too.
That would have been awesome.
And so it's like I don't know. I don't want to pick on
Rich,
the Lone Ranger. No, it's not Rich's fault. Rich just did whatever. Rich was just being a good old boy and just riding along. It felt like more like a charity fuck. What's that called? A mercy fuck.
Pity fuck.
Pity fuck. Yeah.
Pity fuck.
Felt a little bit like a pity fuck.
You ever been the recipient of one of those?
God, I hope not. God, I hope not. God, Haley's gonna call in and goes, "Yeah, you were last night." God, I hope not.
I'm reflecting and I'm thinking I don't think so, and I also don't know if I would care.
I do.
It's like that song, the Lonely Island song. It's like, doesn't matter, had sex, but I cried the whole time. Doesn't matter, had sex.
That's funny. I know all their songs. I don't know that song.
It's a good one.
God, their videos are great.
They were great. They were ahead of their time. They're like Weird Al when he kind of really fucked everything up.
Dude, that would be awesome if there was a narrator for this show. And at that point, when Hitler asked Sevan if he's ever been the recipient of a pity fuck, he knew he had been the recipient of one of those.
I wonder if Caleb would just sit in the back.
You're straight up retarded.
Caleb sits in the back and lowers his voice.
Yes. Just it dims. Of course, yeah, I used to listen to Jerky Boys. Hiller doesn't know who they are. He's too young.
Is that like the Beach Boys?
No, Jerky Boys were when people used to crank call. It was a crank call show.
You could do that.
Crank call people?
Hell yeah, you could with the live call-in number.
I've been trying to call Danielle Brandon all morning.
When you say all morning, once or twice, or
like
3 to
3 or
5
4 times. I think I called her like twice in a row, twice.
Didn't pick up.
No.
Doesn't matter, had sex.
I was texting with her this morning.
And
so I thought I could just pull off a phone call, squeeze it in there.
Who's some random person that you could call on the live call number that would have no idea what's going on?
Just calling a random number?
Half random.
Just scroll through.
The thing is, you got a very distinct voice, and especially with the podcast, they'd probably pick up on it pretty quick. And you can't.
I could just make up a number.
That's a bold strategy. You know, my favorite thing to
That's
do.
what we used to do as a kid. We used to just make up numbers and call.
You ever get a random text message just from a number you don't know?
No, but I accidentally text someone the other day that I thought was Sarah Sigmund's daughter, and they're like, "Hey, dude, I'll come on your podcast, but I have no idea who this is."
You should have had him on, or her, whoever. I want to find this text message from the other day. Oh, here we go. It says, "Hi, Stacy. I just finished a business trip. My assistant said that you were looking for me. What's the matter?" And I just said, "All good!" Exclamation point. I just had this conversation with this number. I don't know who it is.
And then you sent him a bat?
Oh, wait. I said, "Glad everything is still well. Please send me the design." And then I said, "Not right now." And then the next day they said, "Please send me the design." I go, "Not today." And then this number goes, "You haven't finished it yet?" I go, "No, I have. I'm just not ready to send it." And then they go, "What?" And then I sent a bat. And then they didn't respond. I just thought I was just having a good time with it.
Oh, shit. You've changed
I have way too much fun
someone's
with it.
life. They're going to be
What's
like,
that?
"Dude, so-and-so's a douche."
I hope someday, somehow that comes back around to them. Like, that's the bat guy.
Hey, are you going to tell them, like, wait a couple days and be like, "Hey, I'm just busting your balls. You have the wrong number"?
No, I mean, I really hope at some point they figured it out. But Jay Hartle, Miller just got someone fired. Do you have the design? Yeah, but I'm not going to give it to you yet. I do that all the time. You never get random texts, and then I just answer as if I know who they are or what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I really like doing that.
It looks fun. I think I have done that once or twice in my life. No, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
You know the Onion magazine, where it's everything's fake?
Yeah.
They made a movie once, the Onion movie. And I don't think anyone's seen it, but it was just a bunch of skits. And one of the skits is about this dude who picks up the phone with telemarketers and has full conversations with them. And I do that too.
I try to do that too when people call, telemarketers call.
I've seen you do that on the show.
Now they're just recordings. They're just AIs.
Right, which ruins it.
Yeah, it totally ruins it. I think I should go.
You've had a long show.
Yeah.
When I texted you that, it was right before the hour and a half mark, and sometimes you just cap it there. I was wondering.
I was trying to get you or Danielle, or I even fucked with Rich a little bit last night to get one of you guys on because I wanted to pump up that Jedidiah was on because I thought that would help promote Wheel WOD. That's what makes me a great guy, by the way.
What's that?
That's what makes me a great guy.
You try to pump up Wheel WOD. I agree.
No, not that, but leverage my relationship with someone like you who draws a lot of eyeballs, or Rich or Daniel Brandon, and then bring you on and use you guys to help pump up Jedidiah.
I mean, you could still do that. I just don't know if it'll help considering I wasn't there with him.
I
couldn't come on.
No, I was thinking like if I could get Daniel Brandon on or Rich on for the 10 minutes before Jedidiah, that would then people who watch the show, like who clicked, I could then put Daniel Brandon's name in the show and then they'd watch it and then they'd watch Jedidiah and they'd still be glad they watched Jedidiah, but they might not have come there if it wasn't the fact that it said
they got it's like an app, or I don't know. I understand what you're saying. I get it.
Because I would ask Danielle Brandon, like, hey, are you still with Brute? Because, like, why the fuck is she moving to Nashville? I'm dying to ask her that. And then that could have got parlayed into helping the whole Wheel WOD event.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like fucking a Barnum and Bailey. I'm like a circus guy. Like, I bring the lions out and the clowns and just all the shit. And, like, hopefully a lion attacks a clown on accident. Jesus, look at this. Sevan, today I prayed for you at church. No wonder I had a spontaneous erection a few hours ago.
You felt it. That's wild. Daniel Brandon's not going to Proven.
Do you know that?
Pedro the other day said on his show with a lot of certainty that she's still with Brute. It was such a crazy amount of certainty that he either practiced it to the point where I thought it was real or it actually is real.
I could call.
I could call her again.
No, I could call Pedro.
Is he sleeping? No, he's awake. You should call Pedro. He knows.
I've never called him on the show. How do I get a plus? I just hold the 0 down. Okay. Oh, fuck. This is a lot of numbers. It's gonna give that. Oh, it doesn't sound like Europe.
I don't know. I didn't know Europe sounded.
I wonder if he'll answer because it's not my phone. Do you know that when I look for him in my contacts, I always type.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. We're live on the air. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fucking great. Don't small talk me.
Okay. I was reciprocating.
Is Danielle Brandon is Danielle Brandon still with Brute?
Yeah.
Why is she moving to Nashville? How is she going to be with Brute if she's moving to Nashville?
Coach L is coaching her, from what I gather, looking at Rogue, and I think she's moving to Nashville. She's not. I think, as far as I understand it, her and Matt are still an item, but I think she's moving to. I don't know.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. So her and Matt are still intimate. They still shower together, from what you guess.
Well, when he was on the show last week or 2 weeks ago, she was in the room anyway. So either on very good terms or there's something like that.
Hey, I could see those two being the kind of people who could like shower together, and then that phase of their relationship being over, and they maintain the friendship.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, and she wouldn't be too phased by it, I'd say.
Well, I think Torres is of that maturity. I'm not sure if Danielle is. Danielle is probably pretty.
Yeah, she sometimes appears as an oversharer.
Danielle Brandon's like you know how.
She's not on the show.
What?
She's not on the show right now, is she?
No. You think she's an oversharer? Like she shares too much on her Instagram sometimes? Is that what you mean?
Well, remember, didn't she put something up a few weeks ago or a few months ago about like where she was quite emotional and saying how?
Oh yeah, that was
someone
weird.
had hurt her.
Yeah,
or
that was
something.
weird.
Yeah.
It's too much sharing, but with not enough details, so we're left speculating what happened. Like you can't tell. Like, did you catch him with another guy, or did he put it in your butt? The whole time you're like, wait, is there a kid on this line with us?
She's just saying hello. It was an absolute impeccable timing on your part.
Yeah, I hope she didn't hear the in the butt comment. Jeez Louise.
No, she was too busy saying hi.
Okay.
Wouldn't even know it if she did.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Coach L, is that a real name or is that a nickname?
it's the infamous John Young coach. I don't actually know what his name is.
John Young and Danielle Brandon have the same coach. No wonder John Young's so high on himself.
Yeah. It's deserved arrogance.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Always more reliable than the barbell spin. Or no, less reliable than the barbell spin. More reliable than the Sevan podcast. Pedro.
More reliable than the morning chocolate, but that's a low bar.
More reliable than the morning chalk up. Less reliable than the barbell spin. Pedro.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I said.
All right. I'm just repeating it for people who speak English. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. That's our European correspondent of the Sevan podcast.
That's the stats department right there. the stats branch. The European branch of the.
That is our TMZ department, Pedro.
Hey, where's Danielle Brandon? Who's she with?
We've parlayed our stats department into our gossip department. We're just emotion and opinion over here, not actual logic and thinking. We don't do math. I like the shape of the number 5. It makes me horny.
Does it?
No, I don't know.
You ever write like the perfect 8 and you just have a feeling about it? You know, that's a good looking 8. That's the closest thing that I remember because I'll write down an 8. I used to write it like this, where you kind of keep one giant thing going. Now I do 2 circles. The 2 circles are much easier to.
Okay, I'll fuck with you on this. I really liked a cursive capital and lowercase z.
Cursive? No, dude, that's the weirdest letter.
I know. That's why if you could get one that was
like a Y, right?
The cursive capital Z is a 2. It's like
it is. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
not
hard.
very often written a capital Z.
Brian Friend with the apology video yesterday. Apology for what?
For shitting on our lives.
Apology for what?
For shitting on our lives.
Not yeah.
It was like a soft shit. It, you know, it's like one of those shits that doesn't smell too bad. It's also
Where is
solid.
that apology video? Where is it?
Instagram.
Oh.
He was walking. It was a post-workout apology video.
Is it when you have like post-workout clarity?
And I think he actually says that exact thing.
I get that.
Rambler, what the fuck question is this? What do you think of this for? Are you buying Southwest gift cards 500 for 429? What the Oh, it's from Costco. I understand. Okay, I see the connection now. All right, back to
Is it in his story or is it a video?
I think it was a video. It's just of him walking.
Oh.
It should be pretty clear. I guess I could have grabbed it.
Dude, he looks like a fucking like a professional athlete in this photo in this video with these glasses and shit.
Are you pulling it up or are you just
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, dude. You ever wear a pair of those glasses?
Yeah, I have a pair.
Do you like them?
Yeah, I actually surprisingly do like them a lot. I don't wear them anymore because they're not prescription, but I like all those athlete glasses.
What about them?
I can see really well out of them. There's nothing obscuring my shit. They fit nice. They're light. I like everything about them except the way they look. But functionally and practically, they were amazing. I don't know if it's that brand, but you know what I mean. That like kind of style. Oh, I used to wear them. I used to ride my bike a shitload, and they were great for bike riding.
You said that, you just reminded me of the cowboy thing. A cowboy wears things for purpose. They don't wear things to look like a cowboy. And it made me kind of feel like a jackass because I don't like the way they look, so I'd never wear them.
Oh.
But what you just said is you wear them because they work really well.
Yeah.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, they work really well. They're hideous looking.
Speaking of which, the other day on the phone, we talked about that.
Hey, dude, listen, you fucking idiots. Hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Listen. I want to just be clear. Blueprint Health and Fitness says, "Don't worry about upsetting people, mate." And then Jeffrey Birchfield says, "I didn't find issue with what you said before." Listen, hey, it has nothing to do with being rude or whatnot to other people. It has to do with just what's a good look for you and treating those people around you who fucking care about you good. Like, it has nothing to do with anyone else. None of us actually fucking give a shit. The only reason why anyone in that group is pretending like their butt hurt is because if we were to express it honestly, it's like, hey, we feel sorry for him because he's in that spot. But it's like, hey, dude, like, Brian is surrounded by really fucking good people who everyone's trying to elevate everyone, and he just needs to be on that page. That's it. Like no one's stopping the rest of us. The school of fish we swim with is very, very strong and competent. It's not like an apology, like you threw a rock and you hit my house and I'm mad at you. It's like, hey, dude, like, you're bringing the group down by just acting like a jackass. But in the end, he's only hurting himself if he keeps that shit up. He's not hurting anyone in the group. The group's good. Has nothing to do with oversensitivity. It's not that at all. It's fucking, we're all going in the fucking bus headed that way, 80 miles an hour, and you fucking are in the back seat and you just threw your anchor out the back and slowing the whole bus down.
Here's the way that I would look at it.
Fucking do that. Like, or do or don't, but like, go ahead.
You're driving down the road, just going to the grocery store. I don't know, maybe you're bringing the kids somewhere, la-di-da, and you turn, and then someone honks at you because you accidentally cut them off. You're like,
right.
You're like, oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's like, oh, fuck. Yeah. And then it's like you ruined their entire fucking day. They're like giving you the finger and everything. Right. And you're just thinking, I didn't mean it. My bad. The only thing in your head is the driver driving your kids to wherever you're doing, minding your own business, is like, that was an accident. And I feel bad that they think that I fucked their life up on purpose.
Right.
Because clearly they're thinking you cut me the fuck off, piece of shit. And you're just thinking, I want you to change the way you look at things.
I ain't tripping. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So when I heard that, I'm like, dude, no, Brian.
Yeah, your perspective's all fucked up. Yeah, you fucked yourself with your perspective. Yeah.
And then I just want to like hop into the passenger seat of that car and I go, dude, it's cool. I didn't mean it.
Yeah. Whatever it takes. I don't
know why you're so mad.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Brian was mad or anything.
Or how about this, dude? I'll even go one step further. Listen, we were slowing down to let you in. We did the exact opposite of cut you off. We were slowing you down. How about be thankful that the rest of us aren't as good as you? Aren't you glad we all suck compared to you? Olsen dudes, good morning, gentlemen. Wanted to wish you an awesome holiday season with your family and friends. Cheers. Always positive. Mr. Olsen. Thanks, dude.
Mr. Olsen.
Appreciate it.
Olsen dudes.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do in those situations is they usually try to get up next to you and they act all angry. And I'm just like, hey, how are you?
Yeah. Man, this lady was fucking pissed at me. So basically,
did you go over that story? I know what you're talking about. The one that you posted.
I was at the birthday party. Someone put all the balloons in the back of my car. When I went to when I got in the car was hot and I rolled down all the windows. And I saw a balloon start to leave the window, like the big one with the number 7, the chrome one, right?
Yep.
So I rolled up the window and it caught the balloon out. And as I was pulling, and I live close to the park, and as I pull out of the fucking parking lot, the lady says to me, some lady on a bike who's coming. I live on this, that street I live on, that old country road, that old San Jose road. It's a big pathway for bikers. It's a weekend warriors love biking that route. Okay. And so she's coming down and she's in all her spandex and all her fucking shit. And she's got the full phone. And I don't mean this in any negative way, but she's just full super dyke. You know what I mean? Like just screaming like I love pussy on my face. Kind of like the way my face screams it, but in a different way. And she fucking leaves. She's coming down the path and she sees me and she pulls into the park to yell at me and starts circling my car. Well, I'm trying to pull onto this highway. And she's like, it starts off gently. It starts off with hey, can you please put that balloon inside? And I'm like, no, thank you, though. I see it. And then she starts fucking lecturing me. About fucking it's gonna snap off and it's gonna go into a tree and like all this shit, like, and she's getting wound up and it's like all this shit that's just like, oh yo bitch, like you just spend your life looking for people to fucking unfuck. And Sevan, did you call the police on it?
Hey, that's why you need those glasses, man. Because in that moment, you know the glasses I showed you, you just press this button, and you're just recording.
Oh yeah, those are nice.
It would have been. These aren't even them. These are just my blue blockers.
But
And everyone's been asking me what they are, and I don't know why, but they're the Sandwick ones. Sandwick blue blocker glasses. I don't know anything about them other than I got them 8 years ago.
And I'm just like, fuck, man. Like,
it's similar to the person driving the car, right? You just don't know why they got to look at it that way.
You know this word deserve?
Yes.
Yeah.
What about it?
I'm not a big fan of it. But that
What
being
do
said, I
deserve?
deserve better. I'm such a fucking good person. Like, I'm gonna just go back to the poop thing. If I'm fucking out, I'm 51 years old. I've never seen anyone pick up a random poop. If I am out on the fucking pathway and there's people walking around, the other day, just 2 days ago, I'm fucking walking on the bike path in front of the beach. There's people fucking everywhere. And I see a fucking big old deuce. And I fucking walk around it. And I'm like, fuck, fucking dog owners. And then I look up and I see a fucking lady walking towards me with the dog. And she's got poop bags. And I go, ma'am, could I have one of your poop bags? She goes, sure. And I just borrowed it from her and then walked back 10 feet and picked up the poop. Like, fuck you. I'm doing my part. Don't tell me about some fucking balloon hanging out of my fucking car. Just see me and be like, dude, that distinguished man needs a hand job. Even though I'm a lesbian, I'm going to offer him one. That's what I'm saying. Sir, I can tell. Even though I'm a dyke, I'd give you a handy. I'd be like, thank you. I appreciate it. Love you.
Hey,
not joking.
You wanted to offer you a handy?
Yeah, I'm not joking.
So did you completely reject it or what?
Offering me handies than telling me that balloons hanging out my fucking car window. That's the world I want to live in. No one's ever walked up to me and be like, hey, you know what? You look like you need a handy, or you look like you deserve a handy. No, I live on fucking planet Earth where some fucking douchebag bitch is fucking yelling at me about a fucking balloon hanging out my window after I was just at my fucking kid's birthday party. How about being like, hey, if that was your kid's birthday party, happy birthday. I hope you're a good dad. Love you, buddy. That's what I do.
What if to her?
I've never offered anyone a handy in my defense, so
I have. I've never had it accepted. And I wrestled for 8 years, 6 years, 7 years.
Sevan sounds like a victim right now. Yeah. You hear what you want to hear, bitch.
Dude, her balloon is your poop. That's all I'm thinking. She sees balloons and she goes fucking crazy. The same way you see poop. She's got this whole thing about it. Every time this bitch sees a balloon hanging out of a car, she loses it. She has to do something about it the same way you do poop.
I to be honest with you, I'm about 1 out of every 40 poops because I see so many poops. I live in a world with poops.
There's a lot of poop.
Yeah.
I do wonder what people think on that straightaway at Newport, what people are fucking thinking. There's like leaving poop there. I can't believe it.
Well, also there in Newport, they let their dogs just poop right there on the beach on the
That's what I'm saying. I don't believe it. It's fucking wicked.
Dude, it's worse in Santa Cruz. It's 100 times worse in Santa Cruz.
It's a lot of poop. You know what you got to do? You got to figure out how to sell it. You check out those Slack blocks.
I'm also a victim of not receiving impromptu handies from strangers. What about the Slack blocks?
Did you ever send those out?
No, they're sitting on my dining room table. I printed out all the addresses and I set them next to the boxes and they're just sitting there. And I have more Slack boxes to give away, but I figure I shouldn't give more away until I send those out.
Those are cool things.
Yeah.
I was just wondering.
Daniel Garrity, I'm getting yelled at to start my day, so peace and love, everyone. I pray for the pity for the handy for Sevan later today. Thank you. A pity handy. I don't think I've ever gotten a pity handy either.
You know the scene in Wolf of Wall Street where
no
DiCaprio and Margot you've never seen it?
I have, but I don't remember anything about it. But go on.
Well, there's this scene where like DiCaprio and Margot Robbie like bang and it's over in 30 seconds and he goes and she goes, that's the last time I'm never having sex with you ever again. I'm like,
Oh.
that's probably what a pity fuck is.
Oh, wow. She says that
Yeah.
to him in the movie?
Yeah, somewhere deep into it, maybe 2/3 of the way in.
What's his response?
I don't remember, but I do remember leading into it. They were fighting and whatnot, and then all of a sudden she switches, and you could tell that she's getting him in the mood to probably shut him down afterwards. And then at which I wonder, like, what it would be like to be a guy in that situation where you're like clearly bickering with somebody, and then she's messing with you, like she lures you in, lets you bang her, and then it's like that was the fucking last time. Fuck you. I couldn't imagine that. That would suck.
I started dating this chick, and her ex-boyfriend, who she had just broken up with, wanted, and she'd been with him for a long time, like 5 years, wanted a last boning.
From him?
Yeah.
He left her or she left him?
She left him.
And she wanted to bang him one last time?
He wanted to bang her one more time.
Oh. And?
She did.
Interesting.
How
did that end? Like
I can't remember. I asked her later. I said, "Hey, do you wish you wouldn't have done that?" And I think she said, "Yeah, she wished she wouldn't have done it." But they'd been together 5 years, and they just broken up. And he asked for one more. I don't know what he was thinking. He was thinking he was going to make it so good that she would want him, or he was going to put it in her butt, or I don't know what he was thinking. Oh, I've done that before. You asked for like a final. A girl broke up with you, and you asked her for one more, Bruce, and you got it.
Dude, no way. I could never do that ever.
What? Ask her or fuck a girl after you break up with her?
I think either. You know what? I would have to be the one breaking up with
when
somebody.
you broke up with girls, you didn't like have like. Whenever I broke up with the girl, it was like. Then every other day you have sex with her for a month. Then every 2 days you have sex with her for a month. Then every 3 days you have sex until finally after 2 years you're just not banging her anymore. It takes like you break up, but it takes 2 years before you stop boning her.
For some reason, all I imagined is like, would you rather have a penny a day or $1 million? Like double your penny every day. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's a severance.
But no, I've never had that. I've never had
didn't
that.
have that? Dude,
No.
I would have like 5 different girlfriends in a 2-year period, and it would just be like, man, there's just so much maintenance and departures. And
this is when you were homeless, right?
Yeah, a little before, a little during, a little after.
Like if there's one man who needs a documentary on him, there has to be some old footage of you just doing this sort of shit that should be put together into this 50-minute.
This guy made this movie one time where he went back and interviewed all of his ex-girlfriends, and I always thought that would be a fucking trip to do that.
LOL, that's so toxic. If I had to imagine what the definition of toxic was, you break up with them and then you have sex with them.
Aren't exes really just they fall into the booty call jar? Do you remember that? I mean, I'm 51 now. I haven't had a booty call in fucking 20 or 30 years, but there's a booty call. Like, isn't there a booty call? That's what I think. Like exes just fall into booty calls.
Of the people that I've been with, I would say once broken up with, maybe 10 to 20% I've been with again after that point. It's not a very high ratio. But you're saying it's almost a given.
Oh, for sure, 100%. I'm trying to think if there's one that I haven't.
And you never got back together with them? Like you
No,
dated, you broke up, you
there's
banged a lot.
there's ones that I got back together with.
Okay.
I mean, my current wife, Haley, and I have been together since I've been 23, but we had some on and offs in the beginning.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess Alexis and I were on and off at one point.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Well, maybe that's a one of one, though.
Yeah, sure. That's right. All right, fine.
A lot of the chicks I've been with, it's like, hey, you're done, and then...
Oh, they're not called booty calls anymore. These days, they're called you up?
That's correct, yeah.
I like that.
The vernacular has changed, but everything's still the same.
Hey, did you have a girl at any point in your life where you had to sneak into her house to get the booty call?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
Probably the best type.
Dude.
Right?
The sneak in the house ones are crazy. Parents are sleeping shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
squeaky and shit, and just, oh my God, did you hear that?
Oh my goodness.
I think a lot of people could probably make very interesting videos of this sort of topic on their lives, right? But either people don't have the will to do it or they don't remember the time.
Haley told me a couple days ago, I'm having trouble remembering this, but there was a period when she would stay when I was living with my mom when I was probably 47. And it was like the transition in our relationship when she went from sleeping in the guest room to sleeping in my room. But like she said, yeah, when I first started coming over to your house and I would stay the night because she lived like 35 miles away, she said I would sleep in your sister's room because my sister wasn't there anymore. Like, God, I barely remember that.
That was just the other day, though, man.
I know, just the other day.
Just the other day.
And then finally she said one day I just let her sleep in my room and I went to like go sneak back into your sister's room in the middle of the night so your mom wouldn't know. And you said, no, don't worry about it. It's good. That's probably like on my 48th birthday.
3 years ago? Yeah, the other day. My dad's with this chick, right? He's got a girlfriend. And he's 62. I believe he's 62, turning 63. His chick is 50. And her parents are 80 or 90. And I met them the other day. They're old. But they got this lake house up in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Really nice lake.
You met them? You met your dad's
my dad's chick's parents, yeah.
Wow.
They got a Thanksgiving thing.
Wow.
So I met them. They're cool. They're old. And I think it parallels off this story. He went to their lake house once, and the parents have this house, and the parents made my dad sleep in another room. At the age of 62.
Oh, shit.
Right.
Wow.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's old school.
He had to go sleep in like the fucking barn thing that they have out at the lake house.
Crazy.
And she slept in her old room that they had when she was a kid.
Do you think that they boned in there and then after they were done, she snuck back into the main house?
I think that I actually know that they did. But it wasn't in quite those, it wasn't quite those words. It was, yeah, we hung out and then we separated.
He told you, your dad told you that story?
Yeah.
What a good relationship you have with your dad.
Yeah.
Did you laugh? You're like, Dad, you're 60.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
they separated you guys. It's like, yeah, they're old school.
Yeah.
Those are some things you wouldn't see these days. These days, like the parents videotape their children for OnlyFans. Like, oh, you guys are 25 living in the house. Yeah, I'll be your professional recorder.
That's not true.
I'm not saying I know anybody who does it, but I know people who do it.
Jesus. All right.
Yeah, I don't. That was a joke.
3 hours and 7 minutes.
Yeah, man, you're a champ. How much Paper Street coffee?
I only drink 1 cup of coffee now a day.
You water it down?
Yeah. I put 1 shot of espresso in the CEO cup. Then
Did you get that from Travis? Vindicate?
Yeah, fill the rest with hot water.
He made some for Alexis in her business. They look great.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Mm-hmm. She got one in white. It's really nice with the silver.
All right, till December 1st, use code word Sevan. Oh my goodness. So a bunch of you sent me saying that the code word wasn't working on CA peptide. Yeah, it is working now. I had a long talk with Sarah last night, back and forth. It is working. If you did not get your discount, let me know, and I'll make sure you got it. And I apologize.
I love these comments. Hey, dude, you got to catch hell up on the 3 hours he missed. I just got to hear what I missed. Catch him up. Wheel wad?
No one had their feelings hurt from Brian.
Daniel Brandon doesn't pick up your phone call.
Daniel Brandon doesn't answer my phone.
She's the next coming of Laura Horvath.
Okay. Oh, you had a new video come out.
I did.
Jeez.
Did you like the thumbnail? You said you liked the thumbnail, right?
God, it was savage. Oh my goodness.
Jada Coons.
Okay.
So I was actually making a was making a completely different video.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know. What the hell did you think I was going to say? Yeah. I was making a completely different video, and then that one just came from it.
Okay.
I got this theory that the CrossFit Games have been rigged every year.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was making that video, and then I go, I'll make that video next.
Okay. Look at the private chat.
Yeah, I know that's exactly what you were eyeing me about. But,
But
but I didn't think I was going to say anything bad. I didn't think so. I got that text from Will yesterday.
What? Oh, okay. You got me jumpy. I'm a little jumpy.
And he goes, dude, that's the wrong protein powder that you're comparing it to the Swolverine. And I go, well, all right, I see what you're talking about. First of all, their website is all jacked up. So I had to go to Amazon, and on Amazon, it's listed incorrectly. And if you've whittled your way through those things, and someone else figured that out in the video, made a comment about it. He goes, hey, you're comparing the protein plus carbs to the whey isolate proteins of the other companies. And I go, I see what you guys are talking about. But the very base of the video was your horse analogy, which people had.
Well, yeah, the premise is why is CrossFit pushing sugar?
Correct. Yes. The CrossFit is why is the purpose is why is CrossFit telling the affiliates to use this company. Because what I really should have done is I should have gone to your episode with Greg from 2 Gregs ago.
Yeah.
You've had how many Gregs have you had? I don't know, 20 or 30 Gregs at this point.
Yeah,
but 2 Gregs ago, there's the soundbite of him saying that you would never diminish the value of CrossFit because it doesn't elevate it. He doesn't want to have a fish oil that is worth than any other fish oil, because why the fuck would we promote that? We're not going to put CrossFit on if it's not better.
There's no way, for whatever it's worth, that Greg would. Let's ask Greg. I won't put the words in his mouth, but the fact that there's the sugar thing. I mean, you hit it out of the park with the sugar thing.
Momentous.
Yeah, let's just not push sugar.
It's step one. The priority of the video was the pushing of a brand.
Yeah, you can eat sugar. You can have sugar. You can smoke sugar. You can shove it up your ass. You can do whatever you want. But as far as as far as the brand goes, no, you can't. It's like a roller coaster. If you're at an amusement park and you got the big stuffy, you can't take it on the roller coaster. It's just the rules of that roller coaster. The rest of the park, yeah, when you get on that roller coaster, the one that goes upside down, you hand your big stuffy that you won earlier to the guy, and then you get on riding the roller coaster and you get off and you get it back. But in the CrossFit roller coaster, you can't be selling sugar. And your other
nowhere.
Yeah, nowhere. But when you go home, when you go out and party afterwards, or maybe, but there was this guy who I worked at CrossFit with, who when mostly the games douchebags would bring in cupcakes for because it was their birthday, and they would put it in our cafeteria at CrossFit HQ. He would walk in there and he would pick up the fucking cupcakes and he'd make a video and he'd throw it in the trash. Like, oh, your whole shit. You know what I mean?
Should I start doing that? That would be awesome.
Dude, it was crazy. To be honest with you, I thought it was over the top. But I loved it because I like over the top. It was gangster. You know what I mean? I like the aggressiveness of it affiliated with the brand.
Mm-hmm.
But
it'd be even better if he just slapped a 20 down where the cupcakes were.
Yeah, just like here.
Like, fuck your cupcakes, go buy something else.
No, the guy wasn't gay. The guy who threw it away wasn't gay. Well, I don't think he's gay. He has kids. He's married.
Wait a minute. I thought you said it was Greg who was throwing it away. It wasn't. It was someone else.
No, it wasn't. It was just someone else. There was a guy who worked there. Greg wouldn't have done that. Greg probably would have eaten one. Greg loves a cupcake. He got a sweet tooth. He doesn't think he has a sweet tooth, but he got a sweet tooth. But this dude was just like, this dude just went in there and threw it away all the time. This happened once a month. It was crazy. And he would videotape it and then show us all in the media department, and we would fucking be dying laughing.
If I guess, will you say yes or no?
No, I'm not going to tell you. Hey, and people would do dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like bring in a whole fucking bucket of Reese's peanut butter cups. And he'd just walk in there holding his phone, filming it, and then just dump them in the trash.
At a certain point, you think people would be doing that on purpose just to see if he'd throw it out. And that would be great content, like The Office. You know?
Yeah, it's like bringing liquor to an AA meeting. Yeah, come on. Like, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Mike McCaskey.
So Alexis watches my video yesterday, and like many times she does this, she doesn't understand it.
Oh, good.
So I got to tell her that I don't think I would have an issue if CrossFit made their own supplement and then had the affiliates sell their supplements, because it goes back to what Greg said about the fish oil. If there is going to be a CrossFit fish oil, it has to be better than all the other fish oils, which you would have to also have with whatever supplement CrossFit would make. Because I understand there's businesses out there that want to make more money.
I hear that. So you're saying, hey, put out a creatine that's just fucking creatine monohydrate or whatever,
and it's better, or at least the best of the best.
Yeah.
And then if you want to give it to the affiliates and have them do their shit with it, then yeah. CrossFit creatine.
Right. Yeah.
CreaFit. I don't know. But it's very different than just using Momentous.
Yeah.
And saying that, hey, this is what we're partnering with, but it's expensive as fuck.
I agree.
Good luck.
I don't think Greg would agree, but I do agree with you. I'm okay with them getting into other shit.
When you say that, what do you mean? Like Momentous?
No, I'm okay with CrossFit getting into other shit.
Oh, creating their own product.
I'm okay with them creating their own product. Yeah, of other things. If they have expertise in it and they want to fucking get another product. But I also do believe with like the Mercedes-Benz fucking electric bike is stupid. The Lamborghini electric bike is horrible. Like it fucks up the brand. Like they're so dumb. Like you ever seen one or ridden one or any tested? It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. Specialized cracked the code on it. Like they're killing it.
Who?
Specialized.
Specialized who? Is that a brand of bike?
It's a brand of bike. It's a brand of bike. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like there's people in the space who are killing the electric mountain bikes. Like stay the fuck out. Like that's not your shit. And so
my thing about all of it is that CrossFit's supposed to be the best of us. That's what I had to tell Alexis. I go, I see what they did. And I see what other people do, but they're not supposed to do what other people do. They're supposed to be the best of us.
You're supposed to throw the candy out in our cafeteria and be okay with it. Even if it's rude or it's wrong, it's still badass and tough.
Correct.
It's good for the brand. Put out Crea Alkaline. I don't know what that is, but that's what I take from Swolverine. I take the whatever that is.
It's a special creatine. I think it has a higher absorption rate or digests slower.
How do I know Mike McCaskey's gay? Because he wants a wearable. Thank you.
Named workouts are built in. Are you looking for the button?
Fucking a wearable, you douche nozzle.
Someone the other day did bring up the point of Wodify, and if CrossFit had their own sort of platform where Beyond the Whiteboard, Wodify, Push Press, Sugar WOD all have their own, that would be something super valuable that they could have done, I think.
Yeah.
Like, hey, and it's not saying they have to, but affiliates, hey, go ahead and use this. It's the best platform.
We should have bought
all the data.
I went to some meetings with the operations officer to buy Sugar WOD. We should have bought Sugar WOD. Yeah. Even though it wasn't my cup of tea, people love that shit.
What about it?
That should have been a CrossFit product. CrossFit should have bought that for cheap, I think. All the fist bumping shit, all that shit that people like doing. Hey,
Wodify's got a like feature. It's
what?
Like, it's like its own little social media.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, if they could come out with a tracker that could actually track workouts instead of the garbage that's out there, I would say yes, but they're not even close. Like if you could just fucking do Fran and you happen to be wearing your watch and it turned on and was like, hey, dude, you just did Fran. If it's at that level, I'm all for it. But this dumb shit, like you're wearing the Apple Watch and you start moving, it's like, are you on the elliptical? Are you on this? Are you on that? Are you on this? And it's like all you're getting from that thing is heartbeat.
Hey, dude, every time I walk the dogs, it knows.
Yeah, I know. Well, it knows walking.
But you're right. It would never know whether or not you're doing Fran.
But like, yeah, I need to know if I just do a burpee and it's like, hey, you just did 10 burpees. Do you want me to track this?
That would be sick.
I'm game. Yeah.
Swimming, it does that. So if you're going down and back in a pool, it goes, you swam X number of laps, which I think
is. Does know that?
Uh-huh.
I've noticed when I jump in the water, it pops up and tells me how deep I am. It's like 3 feet. I'm like, thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna really need to know that next time I jump in the water. Let's see if I can go to 4 feet.
That's probably for divers or something.
Mike, I don't agree that CrossFit needs a wearable. No, I really liked Whoop in 2016 through 2019, and then they came out with new firmware and a new wrist strap, and it all went to fucking hell.
This scares me what Iota's saying because I have a really strong example of this in my life. Iota says all wearables are teaching you how to ignore your own body and rely on tech. Imagine not knowing your heart is racing. The scary part about that is I've been taking my kids to the same skate park in Sunnyvale for 3 years, and I still use my nav, and that sucks because that sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. I can't believe you haven't figured it out yet.
I have figured it out, but for some reason I still punch it in every time. And then, and so here's how I know I'm an idiot, because sometimes it'll take, when I punch it in, it'll go to the wrong park, a different skate park than the one I'm going to. And I won't notice until it's too late.
Dude.
I know, it's fucked up, dude. It's so fucked up. I'm glad
I was dating a chick once and I had to go pick her up for a wedding.
Yeah.
And I was with a buddy of mine and his chick. We're driving to my chick's house, and I completely forgot how to get there. And I'd been dating her for months, and I'd been to her house probably 100 times, driven from where we were going to go there. And they're like, "Are you sure you're dating this girl?" They'd never met her before. Like, how do you not know where
you just had a brain fart? Like, just like a...
Yeah, it completely shut off, and I had no idea where she lived. It was so weird. I still remember because it was so fucked up.
Hey, I get like that with people's names sometime. Like someone,
you could forget my name because that would be probably the equivalent of me.
Kind of like that. But the other day, my kid's tennis coach, I was just staring right at him, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, I don't know your name." But of course, I know his name. I've
had him for how long as a coach?
4 days a week for 3 years.
That's messed up, dude. But that's the same shit. Yeah.
But you know what I do? I just kind of look away and take a few deep breaths, and then my brain catches up and it says Adam. And I'm like,
well, in my situation, I had to call her up and I go, "Hey, Sam, what's your address? I don't remember where you live." And she's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
You did that? You did that?
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. Like, we're driving. I go, "Guys, I don't know where I'm going." So, because I had to put it into the GPS, I wasn't going to get us there. And we were going to be, so I had to call her. It was I don't know if I've ever felt like as much of a dipshit.
When your dad said your brother's name instead of your name. Oh, I screw those names up all the time. If my sister, well, not with those kids, but if my sister and my wife are in the same room.
Your sister?
Yeah, my sister Tanya and my wife Haley are in the same room. It's just a jumbled mess for me.
That's the only time it's a jumbled mess, right?
Yeah, like if they're like whenever my sister comes to town, I'll start referring to her as Haley or my sister as Tanya. Like the names for some reason cross wires.
I do go to the chat and I see if anybody resonates with the story. Like, oh yeah, I call my wife my sister all the time.
Yeah, you think anyone's gonna do that? That's a Freudian thing, you freak. No, it's not a Freudian thing, you freak.
No, I was hoping it wasn't like in the bedroom and it's like calling your sister.
No, it hasn't happened. God, that would be fucking weird.
That's what I was saying.
Have you ever called the wrong girl's name out when you're with a girl?
No, I've never done that one. But the other day, I think you were talking about something on the show where you're like kind of getting into it, and I could see it happening. But the only way you would ever do that is if you had someone else on your mind, and I've never had that happen.
No, I don't think so. The one time it's happened to me, I didn't even have the other person on my mind. Just the wrong name came out.
Okay, I'm proven wrong.
Hey, but I will tell you this. I've thought about someone else while I'm with someone. So let's say I'm boning you, Hiller, but I'm thinking of Pedro. I'll say your name on purpose to put out loud to push out Pedro's name. So Hiller, if we're ever having sex and I'm like, "Oh, Andrew," know that I'm actually thinking about Pedro. And that's my way of just getting some clarity on it. So that I
really hope Haley doesn't listen to this. He's like, "I know what you mean when you say my name. Who are you thinking about?"
I don't ever say her name.
I don't either. I don't think I talk very much.
But it's even crazier. It's even crazier like when you're done. Or like when you're having sex.
What part of it's crazy?
Just,
Wait,
just
what?
the shit that'll come out of your mouth, or you'll be having sex and you're like, "Is it Wednesday? Did I take the trash out?" You know what I mean?
No, dude, people are wild. I never. No, I'm in my own freaking world.
Oh.
The trash is the most distant thought of mine.
I'll be having sex. I'm like, is the brisket okay? Has it been in the slow cooker too long?
You cook brisket?
Haley does.
as you're with Haley.
Oh,
are you burning the brisket?
Here you go. I just call my wife a different name every day so that I'll never get caught. Yeah, that's the kind of shit. That's what I mean. Like some proactive shit.
I think the first time I was ever exposed to 3D chess had to do with the Liver King and the More Plates, More Dates video. And this brings me to that thought. That's a 3D chess move.
What's the Liver King? No plates, no dates. What was that one?
Because he got caught by Derek, the guy who runs that channel, because he had emailed him way before anyone knew who he was. And everyone's thinking, oh, the Liver King did this on purpose. He intended to get caught because it would blow him up. And
all he had to do, and he gets so much correspondence, all he had to do is search his DMs.
Right. In hindsight, you know that wasn't true, but at the time, people were saying that it was a 3D chess move. The same way where you can just always call your chick by a different name.
Yeah.
So you never get caught.
Yeah. Just a proact. It's like buying insurance.
Right. Buying insurance. I did once defend the Liver King.
I twice defended him. No, I don't think defend is the word. Brought clarity to the subject.
I would say I pretty heavily defended him.
Oh, all right.
Because I can pretty heavily backpedal too. I think I must backpedal a little bit because I watched the video the other day and it's ridiculous to watch what's become of the Liver King. He put up this video where he's bringing people to the ranch now and he's having them do different variations of what the hell is it called? The Barbarian, that workout where he pulls the sled with the kettlebells. And I'm watching him do this and I go, Alexis, I don't think that this guy's ever done this. This version of the Barbarian, I bet he doesn't finish. Because he's having this guy pull a sled a mile through sand.
And has the Liver King ever done it himself?
That's what I'm saying. I would bet that he's never done it.
Oh.
Because he says he does it, right? He says he does it every week. He does the Barbarian every week. So he had this guy do the Super Barbarian. So the sled's heavier, the pack is heavier, the ankle weights are on, the kettlebells are in hand, and you're not pulling it on concrete. You're pulling it through the sand in 113-degree weather. And I go, the fucking Liver King has never done this workout.
Hey, has anyone ever looked like the Liver King who's natural? Ever?
No.
Never
and
once.
If you watch this video, you'll know why I say that.
Okay.
You also know that he's not just on TRT either.
Right. I mean, now he has started to look weird now. Now he looks weird. Now he's got like you can see maybe it's because he just said it, but I'm assuming all the bodybuilders, all the dudes who are that jacked all have some sort of weird crazy body issues. Like something's the Sam Sulek guy seems so cool.
He does.
He seems so cool, but is he going to kill himself? Like why?
Oh, dude, everybody like that is going to kill themselves. They are. I hope they know that they're willingly doing it.
What's his head doing? His head is doing something.
I don't know what you mean by his head is doing something.
That's not a human head on poor Sam Sulek. Look at his head.
Well, I'm one step ahead of you with something really quick. I want to put a cap on this. So look at he's been doing like this primal rating thing, which I think is decently cool. But see where this guy is pulling this sled through? It's just grass. No, this is Jesse James West. Look where he's pulling this thing up a hill, through grass, through sand.
Didn't that guy already go there once before, Jesse?
Yeah, that's why he's doing the Super Barbarian. So look at him.
Yeah,
he looks insane, right?
Yeah.
I hope they do like a side cut of it. His legs are so veiny.
And what are these lines coming down off his eyes? Like he has scars, like a Clint Eastwood movie scars, like his cheekbones. What is that thing that's manifesting?
I would say that's probably from all the androgen use. It ages the shit out of you. Like when you take a bunch of crap, you start to look real old.
Um,
You can see on people like Chris Bumstead.
Can't Sam Sulek? Sorry, I just pushed your.
No,
dick.
no, you're good. You're good.
Can't. So now Sam Sulek's head looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger's head. Look at his jaw and how his eyes are getting further and further apart. Like I don't know what he used to look like before, but this doesn't look normal. His head.
If you could snap your fingers and look like that, would you choose yes?
No. Because I saw him trying to take off his shirt, and I would
does that in
never
every video.
What?
He does that in every video.
And I would never want to have to do that. Hey, I make sure every morning that I can wash my butt with both hands.
What do you mean?
Meaning, like some people can't wash their butt with both hands, like they don't have that mobility.
Hey, dude, I'm so happy that we're watching Sam Sulek right now because I've been watching his videos.
Yeah.
And let me know when you're.
Go ahead. I watched just one of his videos and I thought he was cool as shit.
So on that bar, it looks like 365, but it's probably 350 because of the Smith machine. So it makes the bar a little lighter. But this dude just goes to failure on every single lift. It's nuts. He does 1, 2.
Would
3.
you want that body?
I don't think so.
It's a lot, dude.
It's a big question to ask if you could snap your fingers and go from. Well, here's the thing. I ask that to people who are out of shape when they start hating on people who are super jacked, like Sulek does. I ask you, hey, if you could snap your fingers, would you choose to look like that? And they always say yes. And I go, why are you making fun of him?
You and I hung out with a professional bodybuilder, very, very successful. And I had another meeting with the guy a few months later after you and I hung out with him.
Yeah.
And he said his fucking mobility sucks. He said basically being a bodybuilder, he was an athlete and he's no longer an athlete.
Are you purposefully avoiding the name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this. Here you go.
Oh, that wasn't bad. That was better than the last way I saw him take off his shirt. The other time he had to like do some like flicks and shit.
The thing about him is,
oh my God, his tits, dude.
Yeah, this is his chest and side delts day. So he probably, as you would say, has a sick chest pump. He had a really bad acne at one point too, really bad. So, and I think he looks pretty good for how bad his acne was. It was the worst I've seen. So I'll Alexa will walk in and I'll just be watching this dude flex on the big screen TV.
Look at my pro strongman teammates could barely hold a phone to theirs. Yeah, I've seen that shit too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're just like out here like.
When my elbow is jacked up, I couldn't. If you were to like take a handful of pistachios and throw them in your mouth, I couldn't do it. That movement, I couldn't get this part of my hand to my mouth, and that was pretty annoying.
Does he talk about what he's doing? What's he doing?
As far as bodybuilding?
Like I work out to make sure that I stay strong and that I have good and that I stay healthy so that I can like party with my kids. What's he doing?
His main goal is to get as many or to gain as much muscle as possible, from what I understand.
Okay, so he just wants to put on shitloads and so he's going to get even bigger.
Yeah. That's his goal. He doesn't talk about what he uses steroid wise.
Oh, he doesn't? How come?
I don't know. Maybe for the same phenomena that like The Rock doesn't talk about it.
Sam Sulek's not in denial, right?
I don't think he's never been on one of these where he'd have the opportunity to be asked. And remember one time, I think I told you, I think the biggest thing the Liver King fucked up was that he did all these podcasts where he got put in the position where people asked if he was using steroids.
Oh.
Because the biggest thing they got him fucked up when Derek started talking about him was that he had all these bits where he was asked.
Right.
And he said no. This is what it looked like.
I would assume that this guy just doesn't care. That's the vibe I get from him.
So he's not denying it. He's just not addressing it. So
Okay.
check out his acne here.
Oh my God.
See?
Wow.
And he's way smaller here too, right?
I can't tell.
You can't?
No.
Yeah, but his acne is bad.
How do you get rid of that? Oh, yeah, his arms look smaller. How do you get rid of that?
Accutane. You know what Accutane is?
Yeah, that doesn't. I was hoping you were going to say stop eating cock or something. Stop spraying semen on your something like that.
It's pretty impressive how much his acne's gone down.
All right. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me on.
Great show.
3:45.
I got really cold in here. It's weird.
What's the temperature in California right now?
I played tennis with some friends today.
You are playing tennis?
Well, no, I was going to take my kids to beat up on their kids or vice versa, and they didn't call me. So now I'm going to the beach. Fuck it.
So you're not playing tennis?
No. Well, maybe I'll play tonight, but not now.
What's the temperature there?
I don't know. Sun's out. 68.
Did you get your sauna yet?
No. I forgot about it.
That's why I reminded you.
Maybe Sousa will get me one for free.
You think you can swing that? Sousa's got that kind of power?
Fuck yeah.
That'd be cool.
Okay.
You know what you should do? You should reach out to the state people.
No, Hiller. No.
All right, bye.
Talk to you later. Later, everyone. Bye-bye.